BBC Radio Suffolk is the home of every Premier League fixture involving Ipswich Town this season. Our latest full match commentary comes from the City Ground, Nottingham, where we can join former Town striker Alex Matthey and first Brenner Woolley.
Yeah, this is going to be fascinating to see if Town can continue to play at the level that's got them 4 points against Tottenham and Manchester United, with many people, understandably as well, believing it could have been all 6. The Blues were terrific on Sunday, weren't they? There was some atmosphere at Portman Road, and a game, it has to be said, to match it. It says a lot, really, that Kieran McKenna's players were probably a bit disappointed to only draw with Manchester United, a clear measure of just how far they've come. Today, they faced a Forest side that's done superbly so far this season. While Nuno's team has lost their last 2, a victory today could see them move back into the top 4. Certainly looks like their relegation battles of the last 2 campaigns are a thing of the past. As the 2 sets of players come out of the tunnel just down below us, Town will be playing in blue, white, blue, one would have thought, when they take off their tracksuit tops, and Forest most likely, because they've also got tracksuit tops on, red, white, red. Alex Matthey alongside me for only the 2nd time this season. Nice to have you back, Alex. I know you've been watching Town, you haven't missed a game so far, and you've been very impressed with what you've seen.
I have. I like the way they're playing, the way they approach the game. There's a few players out there that I would look at them and say, well, will they be able to make that step up? And they have done. The captain, I think, has been superb. Brenner, Liam Delap up front, exceptional, and Omari as well. I was always wondering if he could make that step up from last season, and he's done it as well. So yeah, really good.
Just while you mentioned Liam Delap, as a former striker yourself, what in particular has impressed you about Town's new number? I was going to say 9, he's got 19 on his back, but you know what I mean, the role he plays. I
love everything about him. He's aggressive, he gives centre-halves. He's like an old-fashioned. He reminds me of Marcy. He doesn't stop, you know what I mean? He backs into centre-halves. They don't like him, and he's got a turny pace. When he turns it, runs at defenders. I really like him, and he knows where the goal is as well.
6 goals for him in 11 Premier League starts. Liam Delap still just 21, of course, like Amari Hutchinson. Amari, many people's man of the match against Manchester United last Sunday. About 3,000 Town fans in the standoff to our right-hand side at the moment, ahead of the coin toss. They're watching their side go through their pre-match ritual. Indeed, they are in their blue shirts, white shorts, blue socks, Ipswich Town. They line up as follows. One change from Sunday. Wes Burns drops to the bench. Connor Chaplin comes back into Town starting 11. Muric is in goal. Had a spell here on loan from Manchester City, the Kosovan, a few years ago. Played their first 4 league games of the season before being replaced by Bryce Samba. He's an all-yellow this afternoon, Town's number 1. His back 4, Twanzebe, O'Shea, Burgess and Davis. Then Morsey, the captain, alongside Kayuste. And then a 3 of Hutchinson, probably off to the right-hand side. Chaplin with 10 on his back, and then the traditional 10 roll, and Smodix drifting off to the left, all of them supporting Liam Delap, who we were just talking about. On the bench, Walton, Alhamady, Jack Clark, Taylor, Burns, Harry Clark, Luongo, Townsend and Broadhead, hoping to make his first appearance in the Premier League for Ipswich Town at some point this afternoon. He's into the 20 in place of Luke Wolfen, and also interesting to see that Jacob Greaves has travelled. I just saw a picture of him walking out of the tunnel down below us. 5 changes made by Nuno from the side that lost 3-0 at Arsenal last Saturday. In come Williams, Anderson, Jota, Gibbs, White and Wood. Big players back for them. They look a stronger 11 than was on duty at the Emirates. Moreno, Ward-Prowse, Alanga, Awonyi and Dominguez have gone out. Seltz is their keeper. Same system as Town. Back 4 of Aina, Milenkovic, Murillo and Williams. Then Yates, the captain, alongside Anderson. The 3 of Jota, his first Premier League start. Gibbs, White and Hudson-Odoi, and their main man up top, Chris Wood. 8 goals so far this season. Had a spell with Ipswich Town on loan as a youngster a fair few seasons ago now. 9 in fact. Didn't score in his 8 appearances under Mick McCarthy. On the bench, Miguel, Morato, Awonyi, Toffolo, Dominguez, Ward-Prowse, Moreno, Alanga and Sosa. Mull of Kintyre, as is traditionally the way, been sung by the Forest fans ahead of both of these sides. 13th game of the Premier League season off the back of this. Town, of course, have 2 at home. Their first midweek Premier League game is on the horizon. Crystal Palace at Portman Road on Tuesday night. Full match commentary, BBC Radio Suffolk. In a week tomorrow, another Sunday game. Bournemouth come to Portman Road. But this afternoon, as the first whistle goes, it's all about, hopefully, Ipswich Town securing back-to-back away victories. They are playing away from their fans from right to left against the red shirts of Forest. Here is Jota, the Portuguese, to halfway, goes beyond Cayuste, infield to Wood, back to Jota, lively play from him, bursting down the right flank, just nudged off by Davis, who concedes a corner kick inside 25 seconds to Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, he should never have got that far. Caduce's just got to go through him right outside Santos' dugout there, put the tackle in, let it go out. He was hoping the ball was going to go out, and now he's put his team under pressure by giving away a corner. He's just got to make the tackle early doors.
Shades of Sunday afternoon, wasn't it? Ahmad down the right-hand side for Manchester United. Thankfully, they didn't have a ball into the centre for a Rashford-type finish on this occasion. Corner kick to Nottingham Forest. A minute played. It's Anderson, right-footed into the town box. Free header wide. It was into the side netting. That was a chance for Nottingham Forest, and it was the England international Morgan Gibbs-White with a header.
Yeah, it was a great header as well. He's probably just leaning back a little bit. It's just probably behind him. He's had to stretch his neck. Yeah, he's done well to get it close on target as he has.
Dara O'Shea gives the ball to Burgess. Back to Muric, who chips it up in the air. Poor ball from Muric, looking for Davis. Challenged by Davis is an illegal one. Maybe a high hand or arm injuring the Forest player, who's down on his knees at the moment. It's another chance for Forest, though, this time from a free kick to swing a right-sided ball into the Ipswich Town penalty area. That's Ryan Yates, the captain, who's a little bit shell-shocked after that aerial challenge from Leif Davis. The referee, incidentally, Tony Harrington. 37 yellows in 8 games so far. Quite a strict disciplinarian. Free kick to Nottingham Forest. Off to the right-hand side, it's Nico Williams, the former Liverpool player, Welsh international, on his right foot, which is a good one. He can cause problems from here. Town lined up on the edge of their box off to our right. Williams puts it in, the number 7, deep and high towards the far post area. Nodded down against the back of Cayuste. Why on earth some fans appealed for a handball when it quite clearly hit the number 12 on Cayuste's back. Here is Selt, the Belgian goalkeeper for Nottingham Forest, belting it long over the top, mixing things. Wood has just eased off the ball by Burgess, and it's through to Muric, and maybe things can calm down a little.
Yeah, good start from Forest, came out the blocks. Ipswich Town just need to settle down, take the time. Muric is doing the right thing, slowing it down a little bit, try to get his team back in the game.
Kieran McKenna, hands in pockets down below. It's the 4th game in a row against a club where he's spent some time. When he was at Loughborough University, coached a little bit very early on in his coaching career here at Nottingham Forest. Kieran, who's just to the right of Nuno Espirito Santo, former Wolves and Tottenham manager, now in charge of Nottingham Forest, and he's done very well in just less than a year here. Celebrates his first anniversary in a few months' time. Town trying to clear the ball out of their final third, unable to get it into the Forest half so far in this match, which is 3.5 minutes old. Now O'Shea is on the ball centrally inside the Ipswich half, tucks it back to Tuanzebe. He's having a good season for Ipswich. There is Hutchinson, certainly playing wider on that right-hand side with Chaplin in the team. Town give it back to the Irishman O'Shea. Square to Burgess. If Davis high on this left-hand side, making a run. Burgess arrows the ball towards him. Nicely played onto the chest of Davis, who comes in field, gives it to Delap. Town come forward for the first time. Delap outside the area. He's going to have a go. Still Delap. His shot is charged down. It's out of play for a corner kick.
He's class, isn't he? He really is. He's under pressure with the ball. He's got it at his feet. He's so much confidence. A nice little turn. Got a little bit lucky to break there, but made his own luck. And he's so unlucky there. I thought he maybe could have slipped it to Amari, but the form he's in, why not have a go?
So dangerous and so exciting. What an attribute.
Just no fear, Brenner.
Ipswich Town. Corner kick to Ipswich Town. Their first of this game in the 5th minute here at jam-packed City Ground. Complete sellout for this game between these two clubs with such rich histories. Two of the biggest clubs in the country, late 70s, early 80s. Leif Davis with a corner kick. It's a good one. Flinging himself towards it was O'Shea. Didn't make contact. If he had, that could easily have been 1-0 to the away side. Tuanzebe barged it into the back of Jota, and that could be one of those yellow cards that Mr. Harrington likes to give out. I was just saying a few moments ago, Tuanzebe's got to play 85 minutes on a yellow.
Yeah, but I don't think it's a yellow card, though, is it? Really? Is it? He's got his
with
body
this referee,
in.
no, yeah. I agree with you.
It's so early on, it's not malicious. He's got the ball, you know. But I tell you what, that's a great ball in there. O'Shea's got to get on the end of that.
Yeah.
He really has. It's a great ball in.
Oh, it was a terrific corner kick. On the far side, Forest have the ball with Nico Williams, who's a right back by trade, but as we suspected, is playing on the left of Forest back line. This man, Ola Aina, near side, is on the right. Aina gets the return pass off Gibbs-White, then goes dagging out to the left-hand side, and Hudson-Odoi, lovely play this from Forest. Hudson-Odoi quickly into the area, challenged by Twanzebe. Just a brief interception. There is Anderson, arrived from Newcastle in the summer. Forest get it back to the Brazilian Murillo. Been looking forward to seeing him. I've heard very good things about him, the centre half. Very comfortable on the ball. Ola Aina on this right-hand side, formerly of Chelsea and Hull, joined from Torino. Gets it back from Yates. Aina once more, back in field to Anderson, who crosses into the Ipswich area. All the way to Hudson-Odoi, takes it on his chest. Chance for Forest. Round the goalkeeper, shoots, blocked. Maybe another chance for Forest. Oh! Was that off the line from Smodics? It's out behind for a corner kick to Forest. Somehow, it's still goalless.
Yeah, and he was sleeping at the back post here. O'Malley's sleeping. Hudson-Odoi. Oh, it's great for Smodics. Cleared off the line.
Yeah, it was. Let's have a look and see if it was on target. No, it was going off target. Smodics didn't know that. He did exactly the right thing. He reacted well. Corner kick number 2 to Nottingham Forest. 7 minutes gone. It's been a good game so far, live on BBC Radio Suffolk Sport. Elliot Anderson, left hand in the air, that's the signal. Right-footed delivery, in it comes, good ball again. A header from a Forest player, goes across the area. Will be kept in by Jota on the right-hand side. His attempted cross charged down by O'Shea. And it goes for a Forest throw, signals the referee. Morgan Gibbs-White felt it was a corner kick. And a few Forest players appealing for that. But a throw is definitely the signal given by the referee. Yeah, now Axel Twanzebe just got to watch himself a little bit. Of course, the fear is both Morsey and Hutchinson, one yellow card away from missing Palace on Tuesday night as well. Does like to dish them out, this man in black. The referee wants to sort something out inside that Ipswich Town penalty box off to our right. 0-0, if you're just joining us in the 8th minute on BBC Radio Suffolk. Most of the threat from set pieces so far. Forest throw the ball high, looping into the Ipswich area, headed away by O'Shea. Got enough distance, bounced about 19 yards off the goal line. Forest get it back through Anderson, a Scottish international midfielder. He's tripped from behind by Chaplin. It's another free kick to Nottingham Forest. No Ward-Prowse in their side, thankfully, this afternoon. One of the very best from dead ball situations like this. I remember seeing a phenomenal goal from Lewis McGugan. Off to our right-hand side here. 14 years ago now? The very best of its type, wasn't it, Alex?
That was ridiculous. It really was. But the same distance, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
Exactly about the same. Same place as well. That was a hell of a strike.
David McGoldrick, the other goal scorer on that particular occasion. Still doing his stuff in this part of the world, just over the Trent at Notts County, the evergreen David McGoldrick. Free kick to Nottingham Forest. Nico Williams is on it. Around about 30 yards from goal, left of centre. Again, a line of red and blue shirts along the box up to our right. Williams plants it in, looking for the forehead of a colleague. Well gathered by Muric. Good work from the Kosovan.
Yeah, he does that well, though. He's always wanting to come for a cross. He seems to anticipate it very well.
Alex Matthew alongside me for Nottingham Forest 0, Ipswich Town 0, but that's not the case elsewhere, Graham.
Yeah, 3 goals in 8 minutes at Molineux. Wolves 1, Bournemouth 2.
Wow, that's a 6-pointer, almost. There is Chaplin. Great play from Chaplin, taking on and beating Williams. Now Hutchinson coming forward for Ipswich Town. He's going to be a threat to that back line of Forest. Still has the ball. He's got it to the byline. Great play from Hutchinson. His attempted cross is smothered out behind. Town have another corner.
Yeah, great play from both players. Chaplin initially, great turn, left the centre half, go for a pie, centre for a pie, and then Maris came up there again. Muric had to block it, but yeah, good play from the two of them.
Forward come Burgess and O'Shea from the back. Twanzebe is in there as well. Delap, obviously. All up in attacking areas. Corner kick number 2 to Ipswich Town. 10 minutes gone at the City Ground. Still 0-0. Leif Davis on this one over in the far left corner. and he swings it, headed away from the near post area by Williams, the number 7. Hutchinson tries to shield it out under pressure from Hudson-Odoi. Williams is also over there, but Hutchinson maintains possession. Tuanzebe up to Smodics, touches it back via Tuanzebe to Morsey. First time I've mentioned him in open play. Just how good was he on Sunday, Sam Morsey. Now O'Shea fires the ball out to the right hand side, excellently so, perfectly accurate. Hutchinson brings it down, infield to Morsey. This is good play from Town. Morsey into the box to Smodics down the right channel. His attempted cross is touched out behind by Murillo. Another corner kick to Town. Good play.
Yeah, finding the feet, some good passing there. Out to Amari again. He's a key man for Town. Get the ball to him. Creates a lot of things. It's a great ball into his captain, and his captain slips it in there. Smodic, who's rightly so has a shot at goal, which was blocked. So yeah, good play from Town.
Corner kick number 3 to Ipswich. Davis once more on it. This time both hands are in the air. That's the signal over in the far left corner. Plenty players forward. High looping one beyond the back stick towards O'Shea, but Tuanzebe has illegally challenged Chris Wood in there by the looks of things. Wood ended up on the deck. Free kick to Nottingham Forest.
Needs to be a little bit careful, Tuanzebe.
Here is Murillo chipping it up towards Hudson-Odoi. He's created more chances for anybody for Nottingham Forest this season. Hudson-Odoi, with 18, former Chelsea player, has played for England as well. Callum Hudson-Odoi having a very good season. Got their winner at Anfield. Still, Forest the only team to beat Liverpool, home or away, whatever the competition this season. That was a remarkable victory for them at Anfield a fair while ago now.
Yeah, he seems to be enjoying his football here at Forest, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's always a talented player. Crossfield ball from Gibbs-White, once of Wolves. Another naturally gifted player out there. Williams takes it in his stride, then carries it forward 10 yards. Tucks it back though to Murillo, 22-year-old, then forward to Anderson, busy in midfield, picking up a pass to Gibbs-White. His touch let him down. It's a rarity. Town get it via Smodics to Chaplin. Chaplin runs through a couple of challenges. Excellent play from Chaplin, then tries to feed Smodics. Smodics is on a run. Murillo clears it wide next to a TV camera in front of us. Town gained a bit of ground there. They're inside the Forest half of the field. More good work from Chaplin. Yeah,
good play again from Chaplin. Really quick feet getting away from his man. I mean, the games are a lot better to watch in the Premiership now, I think, from a couple of seasons ago, Brenner. It was always that side-to-side stuff. Now it's a lot more exciting. They get the ball forward a lot quicker. It's a lot more exciting to watch, I think.
Here is Leif Davis with a throw. Headed away, though, by Milenkovic. He's been an exceptional signing, Forest fans will tell you. I say just £12 million, but in this day and age, at the age of 27, to get a top quality Premier League defender, it is small change. He came in from Fiorentina this summer, so albeit Nuno's done well with the players that he's inherited, also recruited well. Here is Kayuste. First time he's really had the ball in this game. He played mostly in wide areas up until this point. Burgess, terrible, gives it away to Wood. Gibbs-White's in the middle, back towards him. Luckily, Morsey got back and spared the blushes of Burgess. That would have been an awful goal for Town to have given up.
Yeah, well done, the captain. Yeah, I was just about to say how well Burgess has done.
He has done well overall, hasn't he?
He has.
Really
That's
well.
a little error. And we need to get rid of those individual errors, because in the Premiership you get punished, Brenner.
Chaplin playing well, gives it infield to Smodics. Chaplin for Burns, the one change pre-kick-off. If you weren't with us for team news, you haven't missed any goals in this first 14 minutes, live on BBC Radio Suffolk. Hutchinson via Chaplin. Tuanzebe gets on the ball. Town have taken something from 7 of their last 10 league games. Hutchinson bursting forward, tripped off the ball by Anderson. Free kick given the way of Ipswich Town.
Yeah, a bit fortunate there, but we'll take it. I think he had lost control of the ball, but I think he might have caught him. Or he's just tripped him. Yeah, he's just tripped him, yeah. But it's a good position, this.
Morsey on this free kick for Ipswich Town. Still no Ben Johnson or Calvin Phillips, incidentally, for Ipswich this afternoon. Haven't seen either as part of the travelling party. Calvin Phillips has been sent off here twice in the past for Leeds and West Ham.
That's probably why.
But, hopefully he'll be back and available for Palace and or Bournemouth on the horizon. Free kick to Ipswich Town. 15 minutes gone, at least there will be, once Mr. Harrington has sorted something out in the Forest penalty area. Morsey steps back 3 or 4 paces. Forward he then comes, free kick into the Forest area, it comes, really good one, headed out behind. Flag has eventually gone up, despite the best efforts of Celts. Town now have a 4th corner kick.
Yeah, and the deliveries have been very good as well, Brenner, of late. Leaf's ones have been good coming in, the 3 corners we've had, and then that from Morsey is a good delivery again. We need to get the attack, get in front of the defender, because they are good balls that are coming in.
Over this game, Davis has created 28 chances for teammates, the most by any defender in the Premier League. Leif Davis on this corner kick, number 4 for Ipswich Town. In it swings, punched away by Celts, brought down by Gibbs White. Then he pirouetted and cleared to the halfway line. Morsey helps it on its way to Murrich. What's his football like? Jota's going to charge him down. Murrich, cool and calm, just delivers it to the left-hand side of Morsey. He goes back to his goalkeeper. Murrich in front of the massed ranks from Suffolk. Belts it to the halfway line. Up will rise Davis, nodded on by Smodics. Murillo's there for Nottingham Forest. He scoops it downfield. Wood battling with Kiyuste. Burgess steps in and helps his midfield mate out. Hudson-Odoi gets the ball. One thing in his mind with those orange boots when he gets a hold of it is to attack and move it swiftly forward at pace. Here is Hudson-Odoi again, closed down by another former Chelsea player, Amari Hutchinson. Ryan Yates, been here a long old time, the Nottingham Forest captain. He slips a pass forward to Gibbs White, out to Hudson-Odoi. Ball didn't go out of play. Yes, it did. Town players appealed for it, and a flag has eventually gone up the far side. Ipswich throw. There's a few of the Town subs: Harry Clark, Jack Taylor, Wes Burns and Jack Clark put their yellow bibs on down in front of us and go for a jog. Looping ball in field by an Ipswich player, not the best. Burgess though goes right through that with his right boot. Ola Aina comes back after it was shoved from Liam Delap, gets it to Celts. He was going to be inviting that challenge from Delap. Delap obliged. Aina stayed down.
He loves being centre of attention, Mr. Harrington.
He does a little bit.
Yeah, he does. It just annoys me. There's nothing in that at all. There's nothing in it. Don't give the foul. Play on. Just tell me get on his feet. There's no need. We've wasted a minute and a half now waiting to get this free kick done. Nothing in that challenge at all. It's just a little push.
Bournemouth winning 3-1 against Wolves this afternoon.
We'll take that.
Yeah, we will. Not a happy afternoon for former Bournemouth manager Gary O'Neill, against his former club. Bournemouth at Portman Road a week tomorrow. This afternoon, still 0-0 here. Nottingham Forest versus Ipswich with 18 and a bit on the clock. Forest have the ball far side. Plenty set pieces so far in this game. No real clear-cut opportunities. The header from Gibbs White into the side netting was just about all he could do with it early doors. There is Murillo. Takes the ball to halfway, loses it. Morsey, good interception on the halfway line. It runs to Chaplin. Chaplin gives it to Burgess. Again, 4 players from League One starting this game for Ipswich Town. Burgess up towards Delap. Smodics might get on the loose ball. No, in steps Aina. He plays it to his left-hand side. Williams, few in the crowd a little bit nervous that Hutchinson might have been able to get onto that ball. He couldn't. Anderson, I think he was trying to find Yates. Aina got in the way. And now Forest have it at centre-half with Murillo. Down the line it goes to Hudson-Odoi. Back towards Williams. Again, Forest fans will realise they're in for a game this afternoon against this newly promoted Ipswich Town team. Ipswich doing well once more. Gibbs White flicking a ball over halfway, brought down by Yates. And then a bit of slick footwork. Got the ball away from Smodics. That was appreciated by some home supporters. Forest with plenty of the ball, but it's all inside their half of the field. Murillo's going to change that. He drives it out to the left-hand side. Taken by Hudson-Odoi. Wanting to run at Tuanzebe, who's on a yellow. Town got the ball away. Hutchinson now striding away down the far side of the field. Through the middle is Delap. He gets the ball up to Delap. Delap against Milenkovic. Milenkovic defends him well. Doesn't get much distance on his clearance. Tuanzebe's a bit lightweight. Morsey into the middle towards Smodics on his chest. Maybe a chance for Delap. Flag's gone up against Ipswich Town. Free kick to Nottingham Forest as Delap goes down in the area afterwards. Free kick taken quickly by Forest. Delap has stayed down. Now the referee's halted play.
I never saw the flag there, Brennan. I got a little bit excited when Delap got brought down.
It's holding the back of his head. He's up.
I thought Amari should have went himself there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because he was at pace. He was against the centre half. You looked up. I wasn't sure there. I thought if he knocked it by him, he was going to go through rather than lay it off. Could have been a little bit different if he'd went himself.
He's the son of a former Derby player. Liam Delap won't be expecting too much sympathy from the home crowd. Forest eventually play that free kick for a second time. The referee's happy with this one. Here is Milenkovic hitting it high over the halfway line, over the top of Burgess. Wood's done his job. 1-0 behind Burgess by O'Shea. Davis leaves Wood in his wake, as you would expect in a sprint. Kayuste to Smodics, back inside the Ipswich half. Smodics stumbled, lost his footing after a bit of hesitation and indecision. Eventually the ball's out of play near side for a throw to Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, I like O'Shea. I think he's done well since he's come in.
Hasn't he?
Yeah. Him and Burgess are building up a little bit of a relationship. I mean, I like Graves as well, but obviously he's been out for injured, so.
The bulk of Forest points so far have actually come away from home. 8 here compared to 11 on the road. Fulham and Newcastle have both won here this season. This afternoon trying to avoid a third consecutive loss for the first time this year. Here is Gibbs-White. He got the final touch despite his protests. As the ball goes out of play again for Leif Davis. Throw live on BBC Radio Suffolk Sports. Davis throws the ball infield to O'Shea in space. He's into the centre circle, crossing halfway, then gives it to Chaplin. Excellent play from O'Shea. Quickly out to the right hand side. Chaplin to Hutchinson. Hutchinson running into the Nottingham Forest area. Amari Hutchinson turning, getting the byline, trying to get his cross in. It's come off a Forest player. And Town have a 5th corner kick inside the first quarter of this match.
Yeah, Nico Williams is doing well though defensively for Forest. I think he's got back on Amari, doubling up a few times, and he's getting that final tackle, and that's why he's getting the corners. Yeah, it's Nico Williams again.
Good play.
So good defensive play from the Forest fullback.
So I'm greeting Wes Burns in the tunnel, colleagues at international level, along with Nathan Broadhead as well. Broadhead back on the bench this afternoon, incidentally, for Ipswich Town. What can Ipswich Town do from their 5th corner kick of this game? 23 minutes gone, and it swings again from Davis. It's a good one, headed towards the goal by O'Shea, cleared off the line by Aina, and then out on this near side. Town so close to the opening goal.
Yeah, he's done everything right, mate. Just never got enough on it. We've looked so dangerous from corners. It's good defensive for the Aina. Really is on the back post.
Yeah, it was Burgess with the header.
Yeah. But a good opportunity. But I think that's where we're going to get a goal from today. The deliveries have been superb. I said it earlier. We're attacking the ball well.
They've been very good. And Burgess so close to his first Premier League goal. Davis, he got his a little while ago. What a goal that was from Leif Davis at Portman Road.
Oh, wasn't it?
Passed out near side. Brilliant finish from Leicester, wasn't it? Off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Great goal. Lovely ball from Morsey to create it. Both of those players have joined that pretty exclusive club of Ipswich Town players that have scored in the top 3 divisions of English football. As Jota gets away from Smodics on this right hand side, then just runs out of pitch under pressure from Kiyuste. We can go back to Graham.
So Wolves 1, Bournemouth 3 at Molineux, Palace 0, Newcastle 0, Brentford 0, Leicester 1.
Wow, good start for Ruud van Nistelrooy at Brentford. Still 0-0 here, 24 minutes gone in this 3 o'clock kickoff. Thrown forward by Davis. The ball then belted back into the Ipswich half by Milenkovic. Gibbs-White's trying to make something of it. Morsey just eased him off the ball, just too strong. Chaplin gets away from Anderson. A little bit of good fortune initially. Town on the attack. Chaplin still has the ball. He's got runners. Gives it to Hutchinson outside the Forest area. Up against Williams. That's a good battle. Hutchinson still has the ball. Williams sticks to him. In comes his left-footed cross over the top of Smodics. Headed away by Aina. Clip header on by Jota. Only as far as Burgess. Good pressure this from Ipswich Town. Aina barges into the back of Davis.
Well, it's not a throw-in. I didn't think it was a throw-in for us. It's a foul, I thought.
I thought it was going to be given as a foul. Certainly Town's ball on this near side. It is just a throw-in. Through here, which will be taken by Leif Davis. Still waiting for the first goal of the afternoon. Davis with a through, headed down and away by Aina, touched by Jota in the right back area outside the Forest box. Jota in field over the top of Gibbs-White. Hudson-Odoi is on it, inside his half of the field, turns to his left-hand side, he's got Williams. Hudson-Odoi still for Forest. There is Nico Williams, won't fancy crossing on his left boot, gives it back towards Hudson-Odoi. Now Anderson back to the left-hand side, Forest with a bit of patience. Gibbs-White now round the corner to Nico Williams. Again will probably turn, get it on his right foot if possible. He's done that. In comes his cross, not bad, headed by Jota but wide. Thankfully that wasn't onto the head of Chris Wood, because that could have been problematic. Brentford now level in that game, 1-1. Leicester's lead short-lived.
Yeah, as I said earlier, I mean, the corners, the free kicks have all been great deliveries. Maybe I think we might need to work on a little bit as maybe the throw-ins, because 3 or 4 occasions now we've had throw-ins and we've gave the ball straight away back to Forest in possession. We've worked so hard to keep that possession, and then we're giving it away cheaply again.
Town playing it at the back. Burgess almost caught out by Jota, but he found the spare man, which was Davis. Davis's attempt, the ball down the line, curls out of play, and it's another throw-in to Nottingham Forest. You know, actually beat Town 1-0 twice in the 2017-18 season when Wolves got promoted. Here's Elliot Anderson for Nottingham Forest. To the right-hand side, Jota dinks his cross up and out. Didn't even find the roof of the net. It's a goal kick to Aro Muric.
We'll take that all day.
Absolutely. We've had 27 minutes gone in this Premier League game between Forest, who were 7th in the table, and Ipswich Town 18th, albeit just a couple of points off 15th place at the start of the weekend. Evangelos Marinakis, the Forest owner, back in attendance after serving a 5-game ban. He's back in his seat here watching Nottingham Forest this afternoon. Muric, right-footed, straight downfield. Delap tries the flick on. It goes all the way through there to Matt Seltz. Came in February of this year from French football, had been playing for Strasbourg, the Belgian. Forest over the far side, that's their left-hand side. The ball onto the chest of Gibbs-White, then into the path of Hudson-Odoi, one-on-one with Twanzebe, gets inside the area, back to Gibbs-White, good play. His shot is on target, but a very comfortable save for Muric. But they are two talented players, Morgan Gibbs-White and Callum Hudson-Odoi. They linked up well there.
Yeah, they've linked up a few times. Just couldn't get his shot away. Quite easy for Muric.
Muric drops the ball down at the feet of O'Shea. Twanzebe goes back to O'Shea. O'Shea plants it up towards the halfway line. Williams will get there at Hutchinson. That is an enjoyable battle that I mentioned over on the far side. The Town attacker Hutchinson up against the left back Nico Williams. Here's Yates, the Forest skipper. Joined their academy 19 years ago. Foul on the far side just outside the Ipswich area by O'Shea on Anderson. Free kick to Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, good touch from Anderson, took it away from O'Shea. I think he just caught him. Good ball again from Gibbs-White. Good play from Anderson, took it away, just stepped on his toe, couldn't get away.
Yellow card for Darragh O'Shea, which I just thought he got away with for a second, but sadly not. So Town's 2 right-sided players in that back four, both on a caution. O'Shea's 2nd of the season, it's a 3rd for Twanzebe. He was always going to hand out yellow cards, this referee, and that's 2 for Town players inside the first 29 minutes.
Yeah, very dangerous position this, Brenner.
Free kick to Nottingham Forest. Williams is on it, just a couple of yards away from that right corner of the Ipswich Town penalty area as Muric watches on. 0-0 as Williams knocks this in. Great, and it's straight in the hands of Muric. Good goalkeeping again from the big man.
Yeah, great goalkeeping. That's what you want your goalkeeper to do. I mean, he's got his faults, don't get me wrong, but one thing, he does come for crosses, he takes the pressure off his team.
Yeah, very safe pair of hands there.
No, Chaplin's down.
Gives confidence. Chaplin is down for Ipswich Town. Off the ball.
Well, that's a shame because he started well, Brenner.
He has started well. Cross will come, the vast majority of the players really, in both red and blue, for a drinks break on this near side of the field as Matt Byard jogs on. How would you assess Town's first half hour, Alex?
I think they looked the more dangerous. The last 3-4 minutes, Forest have come back into it, but I think for the first 25 minutes, I think Town looked the more dangerous going forward, especially from set plays, starting to find their feet a little bit. I think this is just a ploy, this 15 minutes. We seem to do it all the time. Somebody goes down 15 minutes before half time, give the players a drink and regroup. I've seen it done a few times because I don't think there's anything the matter with Chaplin.
Well, he's using an inhaler there, but he seems to be all right. Hopefully he's okay. This little break, let's head back to Graham. Still 0-0 here at the City Ground.
Yeah, plenty of goals elsewhere. Another Brentford goal, in fact. They've got this great record against Leicester. They come from behind to lead by 2-1. Still goalless at Selhurst Park between Palace and Newcastle. And Wolves 1, Bournemouth 3. All 4 of those goals inside the opening 20 minutes.
And Newcastle didn't do Ipswich Town a favour against West Ham at St James's Park on Monday night, but it would be lovely to think they could take 3 points off Palace ahead of Palace's game at Portman Road on Tuesday night, which is a 7:30 kick-off live on BBC Radio Suffolk. Mick Mills will be alongside me for that one. Chaplin is up and on his feet, having a bit of a laugh and a joke with Matt Byard. He's going to be ready to come on. There was never any real threat to any of the substitutes being required as far as I could see. 13 minutes plus, probably at least a couple to go in this first half.
Yeah, I think the results are going for us so far, Brendan. Apart from the Palace-Newcastle one, I think they're all going for Town just now.
Third time these two clubs have been in the Premier League together. Town won both meetings in 92-93 when Forest were relegated, and Forest did the same in 94-95 when, of course, Ipswich Town were relegated back to the second tier. Chaplin waits far side. Murrich has taken a while with the ball. Crowd getting a little bit unhappy. Now the ball's active. Gibbs White can close him down, as he's now doing. Then Murrich eventually puts his hand on the ball, and it's up in his grasp. Under harm in the end after all of that. He gives it to Burgess. Burgess from just outside the Ipswich area launches one forward. Einer's underneath it. His header reaches Yates. Yates holds off Kayuste. Aina scoops it up in the air, flick on header from Jota. Burgess gets it away, no nonsense defending from the Australian. Up goes Milenkovic, the Serbian. His header reaches Delap. Delap has the ball for Ipswich. He's done well again, Delap. Hutchinson inside the area with his man. He shoots, saved by Seltz. Surely a tap in for Chaplin. Oh, cleared away. Delap took a touch. If he'd left that for Chaplin, surely Chaplin would have scored. Now Forest turning defence into attack. Hudson-Odoi up against O'Shea far side. Hudson-Odoi, edge of the Ipswich area, tries to cross the ball in. Good block by O'Shea. Out for a throw to Forest.
Good play again. Amali's done well, done everything right. Took on his right foot this time, came across the goalkeeper.
Here come Forest. Another foul is outside the Ipswich area. Referees penalised Sam Morsey for this one. It's a free kick. I'm so worried that he's going to get that 5th yellow card of the season from this man. Not on this occasion, I don't think. Certainly a free kick to Forest in a good position.
Yeah, Delap's just took it off Conor Chaplin's foot, isn't he?
He has. I thought Chaplin was about to score, and Delap took it away from him. Here we go again. Hopefully we'll see a replay of this just before this free kick that Forest are about to take. Again, good work from Hutchinson. Oh, yeah. Chaplin would have scored, I'm sure.
That was a tap-in for him, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh.
Wait, see this.
So frustrating. He was ready for it. Oh, it's painful to watch from Chaplin's perspective that Delap clearly didn't hear the shout from Chaplin. Free kick to Forest. Williams fires it in again. Wide. It's real pace on those free kicks, Nico Williams. And he's had at least a couple in this first half from a very similar area where still, though, 10 minutes and a half to go, waiting for the first goal.
Yeah, Muric has actually took a step to his left to go anticipate the cross, and if it's on target, that's in the back of the net.
Yeah, it's very clever, sharp thinking from Williams. Ball forward from Burgess. Delap can't do anything with it. Out of play 40, throw in to Nottingham Forest. Ola Aina to take it.
Good defending play from Aina.
10 minutes to go exactly until half time. Jota loses his footing. Ball out of play. Throw to Town at left back. even at this early stage, with 55 minutes to go, it's probably worth warning you. We have seen late goals in this game down the years, haven't we, Alex?
Yeah, we have.
Goodness me. So we'll take nothing for granted. 25 years since Ipswich Town last won. I've never seen them win at this ground. Matt Holland in December 99, a 1-0 victory for George Burley's side.
Definitely overdue, Brenner.
Isn't it just? Hopefully today's the day, and why not? Town certainly playing well enough. There is Kiyuste. He's not been in it as much as he would like. Ball back towards Burgess. One wobbly moment from him. There is O'Shea to Twanzebe, both on cautions. Twanzebe picking us up very, very early in this game. There is Burgess going back to O'Shea. He bypasses Gibbs-White and a couple of his mates by finding Morsey, just the Ipswich Town side of the centre circle. He turns around up towards Smodix. Good play from Morsey. Smodix, first time ball, curled high to the far side, and Hutchinson. He plays keep ball with Twanzebe. Hutchinson has it back then in field to Morsey. Morsey through a little gap, but Morelo's in the way. His pass come clearance reaches the halfway line, and O'Shea. Twanzebe to Kiyuste, turns away from Yates. Good spin there from the Swede. Burgess measures a pass forward. Smodix is down off the ball in the centre. Play continues. Milenkovic back towards Seltz. Seltz clears first time. Powerful header from Burgess, but only onto the chest of Anderson. Anderson uses his body well against Chaplin. To Gibbs-White. Gibbs-White centrally. Again looks for his mate Hudson-Odoi to the left-hand side. Flag goes up. Should never have been offside, but thankfully he was.
Yeah, we'll take that.
They're good together, those two, aren't they, Gibbs-White and Hudson-Odoi?
They are. And they're very clever players, and they've got good technical ability. They link up well, and with Williams there as well, they've got a good partnership going.
Murridge towards Burgess. Burgess has the ball on the edge of the Ipswich area. Kiyuste lifts it off the deck to find Davis. Davis pokes it back to Burgess while taking a ride on Jota. Kiyuste rides the challenge of Yates, gets to the halfway line. Chaplin's flapping both hands around in the centre, demanding it. Kiyuste hasn't seen him, so goes back to Burgess. 7.5 minutes of this goalless first half to go on BBC Radio Suffolk. Twanzebe finds Chaplin. He's done well on his reintroduction to the side, Chaplin.
Yeah, he's finding some nice little holes.
There is Hutchinson, the goal scorer against Manchester United on Sunday. O'Shea to Hutchinson, then Morsey up towards Chaplin. Quick feet from him. Hutchinson has it on the far side of the field, gets away from one challenge, not the second. Williams was the player that blocked him off. Anderson has it now for Forrest, up the far touchline to Hudson-Odoi, who has to bring it back inside his half of the field. Gibbs-White controls it in the centre, lifts it over the top of Smodix to Aina on this near side. Smodix is back goal side. Aina still has the ball in field to Gibbs-White, now full England international. He's graduated through the youth ranks for his country. Coming in field, Ola Aina. Up towards Anderson, round the corner to Gibbs-White. Forrest looking for an opening. Final 6.5 minutes of this first half to go at a pretty quiet City ground at the moment. Hudson-Odoi with a good looking cross into the middle, well headed away by Davis, covering on the edge of his 6-yard box. Good work from the left back. Chaplin beaten in the air. Kieran McKenna appeals for the foul, hasn't been given. Forrest still have the ball. Great block challenge by Morsey, as Chaplin is still on the deck holding his head on this occasion.
Yeah, he's good for it. I didn't see much in it, maybe caught him in the jaw.
Yeah, I think that's where he has had a smack to the side of his face.
No surprise.
Oh, yeah.
No surprise it's Yates. I mean, I've seen Yates do that a few times. He did it against Newcastle last week as well. He got away with it. He's got away with it again.
Yeah, it was an elbow from Yates. I think trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. I guess it's the height difference. And he was making what he would say was an honest challenge for the ball. It just so happened that Connor Chaplin being a fair bit shorter than him hit his elbow. Nonetheless, it was certainly a harsh blow to take from Chaplin's perspective. 5.5 minutes to go here in this first half. Few supporters getting agitated in this break and play. The rule ball is back to Murridge. He hits it high into the sky. Delap challenging with Anderson. Now Delap trying to take on another couple of Forest players. Kiyuste, calm as you like, finds Chaplin out to the right hand side. Hutchinson, definitely a danger for Town. Williams gets the better of him. He's done very well, Nico Williams. Good player, up to the halfway line and now beyond the Welshman. Gibbs-White now takes over. More creative player. He plays it off and Yates gets it back. Gibbs-White trying to conjure something up. Gives it back to Yates, far side. Town get plenty bodies behind the ball. Forest with Anderson. Back to that left, far side. Elliot Anderson in the red of Nottingham Forest. Trying to find an opening to score the first goal of this Premier League game. Now Hudson-Odoi infield to Williams. Back it goes to Anderson. He now fizzes across into the Ipswich area, but straight at Muric. It needed a touch from somebody. Jota was the closest player to applying said touch.
Yeah, good ball in, good possession from Forest. Good ball in for Anderson. Just needed a touch.
Nuno Espirito Santo with his long blue hooded puffer jacket on just down in front of us, wandering around backwards and forwards, arms folded. Wood loses the ball. Town had players round about him. Morsey out to the right hand side, as Town so often look. Hutchinson has the ball tight to that far touchline, shaped to play it in field, held on to it up against his marker Nico Williams. Hutchinson gets it back to O'Shea. Good test this for Amari Hutchinson against a really good left back. Town almost lose the ball. O'Shea in the end just has to whack it high. It's a good switch of play from the Irishman. Davis with a little header forward to Liam Delap against Milenkovic. Delap still has the ball, does very well, gets it to Leif Davis. Davis gets inside the box, wriggles to the byline, jabs his cross in, headed down and to Aina of Nottingham Forest. Again, good play from Delap.
Yeah, just couldn't dig it out there. Leif Davis couldn't dig it.
Gibbs-White gets away from Kayuste. Good play from the England international. Ball bent forward for Wood, but to Muric. Wasn't a million miles away from playing in Chris Wood there, but again, credit the goalkeeper. Great position.
Definitely.
Did well, Muric. It's a good first half. Not in terms of saves, just the way he's commanded his area. The positions he's got himself in.
Go, Morsey, no.
He had a little kick at Morgan Gibbs-White there, Sam Morsey. There's words between the two of them. Yellow card for Gibbs-White. What's he going to do here, the referee? I don't think he's given Sam Morsey one, has he?
No, I hope not.
He didn't like that, Sam, that challenge by Gibbs-White. No. The foul was definitely by Gibbs-White, but I'm convinced I saw a little kick, a needless one.
He did, he just stood in him there.
He did. Yeah, it's a bit silly from Sam. Anyway, got away with it. Gibbs-White, they've got a yellow. Not spotted by the referee. Chris Wood pushing Morsey out of the way after that incident. First Forest player to get a card. Still no goals. 2.5 minutes to go until the board tells us about added on time. Muric long for Ipswich Town. 6 draws so far this season from Ipswich Town's perspective, more than any other club at this level. As Davis pulls Aina to the deck. Free kick to Forrester right back.
The game's just got a little bit scrappy.
It has, hasn't it?
Yeah.
It's not great at the moment.
Yeah. I mean, it's been a good game, but the last 5-6 minutes has been a bit scrappy.
Well, the laptops from Ipswich Town and Nottingham Forest backroom staff on their way down towards the tunnel, so everything could be analysed by Nuno and Kieran McKenna, Martin Pert and co during the interval.
It's amazing now, isn't it?
It is.
It really is.
Kieran spends a lot of time looking at that screen down below us as well, immediately analysing situations which have just developed and acting in-game to such things. Williams gets the better of Hutchinson. Might have been a handball by Chaplin, not given. The referee was in a good position. Forrest come away with the ball. Anderson gets away from Chaplin, then brought down off the ball.
He's getting booked this time. He's getting booked this time.
He is, isn't he? He's going to have Tuesday night off, I think. There's chance of off from the Forest fans. It didn't look a red card from this long way away, but it was a silly challenge from Morsey on Anderson, really. It's a free kick to Nottingham Forest.
Oh, he just blocked him. That's a booking. Is it?
Well, we're about to find out.
Did he know what he was doing?
He'll be very lucky if he gets away with it. He's walked away from the situation. Morsey.
He's not booked him, you know.
No.
I can't believe that. He's had about 3 or 4 in quick succession.
He must be very close, although the referee, I think, still wants to sort something out before this free kick is taken. I think enough Town players are trying to prove a bit of a distraction to the referee. 2 minutes of added on time. to be played. Oh no, I think he has got away with it. Wedding into that 2 minutes, the referee's just pacing out his 10 yards. It's a free kick to Forest. They've had a couple in this kind of position.
They have exactly.
Nico Williams on this latest free kick for Nottingham Forest, about 5 yards away from the right corner of Ipswich Town's penalty area. He's had 2 of these so far. They both fizzed in with plenty pace. This one's got a bit more height and drift. Missed by Muric under pressure, maybe from one of his own colleagues, but cleared high into the clouds by Davis. More height than distance. Eventually it's come back down to earth. Morsey challenges with Milankovic. Anderson gets the better of Chaplin. On the half volley, prods it back in the vague direction of Nico Williams.
It's a good half at Anderson, so he has.
He has done well.
Yeah, he's had a good half.
A very good season for Forest. Here comes Morgan Gibbs-White of Nottingham Forest. Little ball into the box, but again to Muric rather than to Chris Wood. As out comes Kieran McKenna's notepad and pen. Maybe for the final time in this half. We're into the final 40 seconds of this first half.
Yeah, they've finished the stronger, Forest.
Yeah, they have. Yeah, they're having a little spell now. The goalkeeper's really had to make much of a save. They've not been overly tested in this half. Delap against Milankovic. Aina clears as far as Kiyuste. Kiyuste cushions it forward to Smodics on the left-hand side. Hasn't seen too much of the ball, former Blackburn players. One east-sided throw-in outside the Forest penalty area, which I think Jens Kiyuste is going to be taken. This is a final chance, possibly for either side, to take a lead down the tunnel. We're right at the end of this first half. It's Jens Kiyuste with a throw for Ipswich Town. Plenty blue shirts inside the box off to our left, and it comes from the Swede, headed away by Aina, nodded back by Davis, but to no avail. That's it for the first half. 0-0 between Nottingham Forest and Ipswich Town. How would you sum that up, Alex Murphy?
I thought Forest started well, and then we came into the game and I thought we bossed it for about 22 minutes. Looked the more likely team to score. Great set plays. Should have probably scored one of them at least with the deliveries that we had. And then the last 5-10 minutes, it was more Forest coming into the game. Probably they were bossing it. So quite an even game really, but I think we had the best chances. And I think we should really have been 1-0 up with the corners that we've put in.
Hutchinson against Williams is a good battle down that right-hand side of town, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I would say Williams has probably just shaded it the first half, but Omari's still a threat all the time. I mean, everything that's good about Ipswich Town has been Omari getting on the ball, Delap passing it wide to him, and then Omari doing his 1v1. We've won a few corners down to Omari getting at Nico Williams, but I must admit Williams has defended expertly well.
He has done well. The best chance, if that's the right word, because it didn't quite come, was probably the one that Chaplin almost had, but Delap took it away from him, didn't he? Yeah,
definitely. I mean, Delap, whether it was a shout or not, but he was just stretching for it. But we thought Chaplin was just going to come on it and side foot it into the net. I also thought the first corner from Leif Davis coming in, I thought Shea's got to get on the end of that. I don't know how he's missed it. It looked harder to miss it than not connect with the ball. But again, we've held our own there, and if not, probably the better side.
And the one change ahead of the game, Chaplin came in for Burns, and he's done well, Chaplin.
He's done very well. He's looked sharp, he's turned very well. He's looking for those little pockets in between the defenders and the midfielders, and he's getting on the ball. And I don't think he's given the ball away, Conor Chaplin, when he's had it. He's always created it and got it out to Omari. No, he's done very well.
And their biggest threat coming forward, maybe that link-up between Gibbs-White and Hudson-Odoi, probably, isn't it?
Well, if you look at all the link-up that's happened down that left-hand side and the free kicks of where they came from, it's because of Gibbs-White and Hudson-Odoi. And we've just got to be a little bit careful because the three of them are booked now down there. We don't want to get Andy sent off. But yeah, they looked a threat. Him, Nico Williams and Hudson-Odoi looked the best players.
Set for more late drama here.
It's looking that way. Hopefully it's got a blue strip this time, not a red one.
Let's hope it's in the goal off to our right-hand side, right in front of Ipswich Town's travelling supporters. That's the direction they will be kicking when this game resumes in 10-11 minutes or so. But at the break here between Nottingham Forest and Ipswich Town, it's 0-0.
And we'll be back with Brenna and Alex, of course, for the second half on BBC Radio Suffolk. Elsewhere in the Premier League this afternoon, we've mentioned Crystal Palace and Newcastle still goalless at Selhurst Park. Brentford come from behind to lead Leicester City by 2-1. The new Leicester boss, Ruud van Nistelrooy, watching from the stands this afternoon. And those 4 goals inside the opening 20 minutes at Molineux. Wolves 1, Bournemouth 3 as we approach half-time in that one. Justin Cliver putting Bournemouth ahead on 3 minutes. Jurgen Strand-Larsen levelling on 5. Then Kerkez with Bournemouth's second on 8 minutes. Cliver with his second and Bournemouth's third on 18. What an opening quarter of that game. The 5:30 kick-off in the top flight sees at West Ham at home to Arsenal. Few results from the Championship this afternoon. Middlesbrough beat Hull 3-1. Oxford 1, Millwall 1. Watford 0, QPR 0. And Leeds beaten 1-0 at Blackburn. Todd Cantwell with the only goal of the game. That means as things stand, Sheffield United are 3 points clear of Leeds at the top. Sheffield United beating Sunderland by 1-0 last night. Norwich 2, Luton 1, a half-time score in the 3 o'clock kick-off. And a few FA Cup second round matches taking place this afternoon. Among them, one at Cambridge United, who were goalless with Wigan Athletic in League 2 this afternoon. Colchester are away at Fleetwood, and the latest score in that one also goalless. Fleetwood 0, Colchester United 0. We'll be around the grounds locally in just a moment.
Wayne Babin at breakfast.
This week on the show, Griff Rhys-Jones told us about his Christmas show.
This is Griff Rhys-Jones. Happy Christmas, Ipswich, coming to the Regent on the 9th of December this year.
Next week, as we enter the Christmas month of December, we go behind the scenes of the new Wolsey rock and roll panto, Sleeping Beauty. And it's the final week of our Christmas toy campaign.
Be kind to a kid at Christmas.
So I'll catch up with you Monday morning. Have a nice weekend.
Wayne Babin at breakfast.
Weekdays from 6.
BBC Radio Suffolk.
You're with Matchday, Nottingham Forest 0, Ipswich Town 0 in our main feature. We'll be back at the City Ground for the second half. Locally this afternoon, Needham Market looking to make it back-to-back wins in the National League North. They are trailing 1-0 at home to Scarborough Athletic, an own goal in that one from Tommy Smith. And the Southern Premier League Central Division, Leiston, in good form of late, 2 goals behind, though, at home to Telford this afternoon. AFC Sudbury are 1-0 up at Barwell. Miles Cowling with the only goal of the game so far. And Lowestoft Town are ahead 1-0 at Banbury United this afternoon. Joe Duffy, the goal scorer. In the Isthmian North, a couple of all-county clashes this afternoon. Let's start with that top versus bottom game at the Denny Brothers Stadium, Ram Meadow. Stephen Foster watching Bury Town at home to Ipswich Wanderers.
Even Stevens here. Half-time score is Bury Town 0, Ipswich Wanderers 0. And Wanderers weathered an early storm from the fast-starting home team, then grew into the game to end the half by far the brighter side in many ways. On balance, the scoreline is a pretty fair reflection. Both sides really should have scored, though. The action really began 2 minutes in with the very lively right winger Max Morn. Dangerous low cross by him, gathered just about by the Wanderers keeper Craig Brand. So that was the sign of things to come for a few minutes, actually. After 8 minutes, Ryan Horn side-footed over after a mazy run by Max Morn that teed him up rather nicely. So that was a missed chance really by Ryan Horn. He won't be pleased with himself for that. And then Max Morn cut in from the right a few minutes later to unleash a powerful right foot shot which hit the bar. I think the bar was still rocking for a few seconds after that shot had hit the woodwork. So, as I say, at that stage, Ipswich Wanderers really backs against the wall. And then after 23 minutes, it looked like Ramadan was poised to open the scoring. His first effort on goal, but he sent the ball wide. And then that seemed to spark life into Wanderers. They hadn't done too badly up to then, but were second best pretty much all over the park. But on the half hour, Ollie Sims was put through on the left by Jose Santa de la Paz, but he sent the ball wide of the post, and that really was the best chance of the game up to that point. Santa de la Paz certainly came into the game in the second half of the first period. He forced a great save by Beckwith after 36 minutes. And then with only a few minutes left before the break, appeals for a penalty by Ipswich Wanderers, players and coaching staff alike after a goal-bound shot from Stannard hit a Bury defender, but referee Zach Cunningham was having none of it whatsoever. So as I say, Ipswich Wanderers have come into this game the second half of the first period, and they'll be pretty pleased with their efforts so far. Bury Town looking very similar to as they performed last week against Haringey, missing quite a few chances and now fading out of the game a bit. So I think half-time can't come quick enough for Cole Skews to get his team in the dressing room and perhaps rearrange things on the pitch. Perhaps they can be more of a threat in the second half. But Wanderers will be by far the happier of the two sides as we approach the second half. 0-0 at half-time, Graham.
Thank you, Foz. So Bury 0, Ipswich Wanderers 0. Newmarket Town trailing 1-0 at home to Haybridge Swifts. The Jockeys have also missed a penalty in that one. Let's see about another all-county clash, this one at the Martello ground. Felixstowe Walter United on top, Nick Garnham at home to Mildenhall.
Yes, it's Felixstowe Walter United 3, Mildenhall Town 0. And the Seasiders are comfortably in control here at the interval against their 10-man visitors. Goals from Rob Harvey, a recent signing from Brentwood Town, and an own goal by John Kay left Mildenhall fighting an uphill battle before they had Josh Collins sent off and Willie Clemens then added a third. Felixstowe are on the front foot straight from the start with Cameron Ford-Brown twice and Tom Warren threatening inside the opening 10 minutes. So it came as no surprise when Harvey swept home from around 10 yards out to round off a good team move that had opened up the Mildenhall defence. It was 2-0 in the 28th minute, the unfortunate Kay heading into his own net from Ford Brown's left wing corner. The visitors came close to reducing the deficit soon after when Johnny Hurd's curling free kick was tipped away by Harry Wright, who then made an even better save low down to his right to push away Jed Wigley's header. However, their chance of getting back into the game suffered a big blow when Collins received a straight red card in the 42nd minute for elbowing Jack Ainsley before Willie Clemens smashed home the third from 20 yards out just before the break. Half-time at the Martello ground, Felixstowe Walter United 3, Mildenhall Town 0.
Thanks, Nick. Half-time from the Thurlow Nunn Premier Division this afternoon as follows. Downham leading Cornard 1-0. Woodbridge Town are behind at Ely 1-0. It's Hadley 0, Heacham 0. Kirkley and Pakefield 1, Long Melford 0. Brantham are 1-1 away at Mulbarton. Stowmarket and Sheringham goalless at Greensmeadow. Walsh and Willows are comfortable this afternoon, though. They lead Soham Town Rangers by 3-0. Back at the City Ground shortly. Looking ahead to the evening kick-off in the Premier League. Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta has been asked if his side need to be almost perfect to keep pace with Liverpool, who currently top the division by 8 points. The Gunners away at West Ham in the 5:30 kick-off.
Well, if they continue that way, that's for sure. The numbers they're producing, the amount of games they are winning. But again, it's just the focus is on us, and maintaining the consistency, especially in performances. That's going to give us the right to win a lot of games, keep the availability in the squad.
West Ham manager Julian Lopetegui says he doesn't think about his side's current position in the Premier League for all they've been criticised at times this season, and he's apparently under pressure. The Hammers are just 4 points off a European place in the table.
We don't think about where we are now. We think where we can be in the next 4 months, because the end of the season is the moment when we can talk what we did well or not. I think that let's see. There are going to happen a lot of things in this in this season for a lot of teams, and we have to be ready to compete.
In women's football, England take on the USA in a friendly at Wembley this evening. Former Chelsea manager Emma Hayes took charge of the United States earlier this year and says she needs no introduction to the Lionesses her side will face.
I'm very familiar with England and their style of play, and like I said, I just think it will be a top tactical matchup between sides. There's a lot of quality players, and I don't think there's anything that separates England that we haven't necessarily faced before. We faced Germany in the summer, Japan, another different team, Brazil, different side.
In cricket, England are on course for victory in the first test against New Zealand in Christchurch after dominating at day 3 of the test match. The Black Caps 4 runs behind with just 4 wickets remaining. England ended their first innings on 499 all out. Harry Brook hitting at 171 runs. If we've time, we'll hear from him before we're off air at 6. In Formula 1, Lando Norris gave up victory in the Qatar Grand Prix sprint race to teammate Oscar Piastri as they crossed the line ahead of Mercedes George George Russell earlier this afternoon. Qualifying ahead of tomorrow's main race starts at 6. Second half up next at the City Ground.
Corner kick to Nottingham Forest. A minute played. It's Anderson, right-footed into the town box. Free header wide. It was into the side netting. That was a chance for Nottingham Forest, and it was the England international Morgan Gibbs-White with a header. Aina once more, back in field to Anderson, who crosses into the Ipswich area, all the way to Hudson-Odoi, takes it on his chest, chance for Forest, round the goalkeeper, shoots, blocked, maybe another chance for Forest. Oh! Was that off the line from Smodics? It's out behind for a corner kick to Forest. Somehow, it's still goalless. What can Ipswich Town do from their 5th corner kick of this game? 23 minutes gone, and it swings again from Davis. It's a good one, headed towards the goal by O'Shea, cleared off the line by Aina, and then out on this near side. Town so close to the opening goal. Delap has the ball for Ipswich. He's done well again, Delap. Hutchinson inside the area with his man. He shoots, saved by Seltz. Surely a tap in for Chaplin. Oh, cleared away. Delap took a touch. If he'd left that for Chaplin, surely Chaplin would have scored.
Do you like singing?
Makes me feel happy, and it makes other people feel happy.
And do you like Christmas?
I like Christmas because I get to open presents.
My friends at Great Heath Academy in Mildenhall would like to say something. Along with their fantastic school choir, we have the Newmarket Community Choir, the Suffolk Concert Band, Ralph Taylor, plus readings from your favourite presenters, audience carols, and maybe a surprise guest to do some conducting. We'll also record the evening for a special programme broadcast over the festive period. It's at the Apex in Bury St Edmunds on Sunday the 15th of December. So get your festive plans fixed with some tunes, some tinsel, and a ticket to the BBC Radio Suffolk Children in Need Carol concert.
We have Alex Matthew back with us for match day this afternoon. Your calls to him at full time 0800 141 2121 is the number. We'll hear from Alex in just a moment at the City Ground. He's alongside Brenna Woolley. 0-0 with the second half about to get underway.
No changes at half-time for either side, so it's Murrich in goal for Town. A back four of Twanzebe on a yellow, O'Shea on a yellow, Burgess and Davis. Then Morsey, the captain, alongside Kiyuste, Hutchinson, Chaplin, Smodics, Delap up top. On the bench, Walton, Al-Hamadi, Jack Clark, Taylor, Burns, Harry Clark, Luongo, Townsend, Broadhead. Seltz in the goal off to our right-hand side for Forest. His back four, Aina, Milenkovic, Murillo and Williams. Then it's Yates and Anderson in midfield. Jota, Gibbs-White on a yellow, Hudson-Odoi, Chris Wood up top. The two sides matching up in terms of their systems. On the bench, Miguel, Morato, Awonyi, Toffolo, Dominguez, Ward-Prowse, Moreno, Alanga and Sosa. Play underway. Nottingham Forest in red shirts, white shorts, red socks, getting the second half going. Ipswich Town in blue shirts, white shorts and blue socks, with Aaron Murrich in his all-yellow kit off to our left-hand side. Throwing on the far side of the field as Kieran McKenna belatedly makes his way out of the tunnel into his technical area. Through by Davis. And we are still 0-0 in this game of a few clear-cut chances. Forest trying to open up Ipswich Town early in the second half. Hudson-Odoi has the ball, lifts it away from Morsey, then strikes, blocked by O'Shea. That was travelling. Good skill from Hudson-Odoi. Delap can't do too much with the ball. Somebody swiftly challenges him in a red shirt in a midfield area. There is Aina down the line to the far side, and Jota. Back it goes to Ola Aina. In terms of his appearance, comparisons have been made quite a bit with Jota this season to Jack Grealish. Ball out on the far side of the field with the Alice band and the similar haircut, as the referee just picks up his paint spray that dropped off the back of his shorts. That was a minor halt in play. Full match commentary of Nottingham Forest versus Ipswich Town on Tuesday night. Mick Mills alongside me for full match commentary of Crystal Palace's visit to Portman Road. Then a week tomorrow, Bournemouth are in Suffolk for another Sunday game. Third one in fairly quick succession, that for Ipswich Town. They've done all right in the first two. Tottenham the win, and Manchester United the draw last weekend. Murrich, first time to dirty his boots in the second half as the TV cameras zoom in on Lewis Graben watching on, the goal scorer here last time these two sides have met. Poor from Chaplin. Gibbs White's onto it. Couple of step overs. Good block challenge by Kayuste. Anderson's inside the area. The danger's still alive. Jota goes down just inside the box. Penalty kick to Forest. Smodek's appealing against the decision, but the referee has pointed to the spot. VAR will have a little look at it, but at the moment, Nottingham Forest have certainly been given a spot kick and a great chance to open the scoring.
I didn't think so initially, and I think the Forest players has pushed Harrington into giving that initially. He had a long time before he gave it. No, not for me.
I think it is a penalty. Let's have another look, I think, so let's have a look.
He's not touched him.
I can see why he's given it. VAR will be looking at it, but of course there was a massive controversy over VAR last night at the Amex, and pretty much everybody felt that Southampton's second goal in inverted commas should have been given. Thankfully it wasn't, and it was just a 1-1 draw between Brighton and Southampton. But that's what the delay is about at the moment. Smodek did appeal immediately, but he's calmed himself right down, and there weren't too many players went towards the referee.
I honestly don't think he's caught him, to be fair. I know what you're saying, Brenner, but he's went down very theatrical for me. He's gave it, hasn't he?
I think he has, sadly. Well, Aaron Muric back at Manchester City couldn't prevent a penalty kick earlier on this season. The Kosovan's back at another of his former clubs this afternoon, and he's going to have to face this spot kick from who else? Chris Wood.
I fancy him to save it.
4 minutes gone in the second half at the City ground. All eyes on the penalty area off to our left-hand side. Spot kick to Forest. It's Chris Wood, former Town lone striker, up against the current goalkeeper Aaron Muric. The referee's blown his whistle. Let's see if Aaron Muric can make the save. It's Wood for Forest. He bangs it straight down the centre of the goal. For goal number 9 this season, Muric went off to his right-hand side. And it's Nottingham Forest who celebrate the opening goal. They're 1-0 up against Ipswich Town. Yeah,
disappointing, I thought. Disappointing, soft again. But it was scrappy all the way up to there. We had started. We never had 2 or 3 opportunities to get rid of the ball, and we never. You always feel that there's going to be something like that that's going to give them the goal. We just need to dust ourselves down and start again.
He is now Forest's joint highest goal scorer in the Premier League era. That's his 24th Premier League goal for the club, drawing level with Brian Roy. But he has got 20 of those in 29 under Nuno. I mean, goodness me, what the Portuguese has done for the New Zealand strikers. Forest's career is extraordinary. We've seen replays again of Smodek's been rather rash on Jota. He did go down and make the most of it. Well, the collective eyes in the VAR studio. Matt Donoghue is the lead VAR this afternoon. Agreed with the on-field decision. Town trying to react to that goal for Forest. Delap trying to volley a pass into the area. Forest get it away on the far side. Jota brought back by Kayuste. Yeah, he was pulled back, says the referee. Free kick. Jota's on the deck again. Leif Davis is trying to pick him up. He's making a bit of a meal of that. Yellow card for Jens Kayuste. We both said at half-time we could see somebody being sent off in this game, Alex, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Without there being anything nasty about this game, there hasn't been a vicious challenge. Down he goes. Kayuste's name.
That's only 2 things Jota's done this game as well. Died for a penalty and died for that one as well.
6 gone in the second half. Different atmosphere now at the City ground. Well, with a scoreline like this, if there is a bit of drama, let's hope it is that equaliser for Ipswich Town. We alluded to the fact we've seen a number of late goals here in the past. For the moment, they're behind. Twanzebe heads the ball away. Williams tried to bring it down. Anderson eventually does. He gets it to Murillo. Not seen too much of him in a footballing sense in this game, Murillo. Infield, he's almost given it away. Yates used his body, then he's tripped by Chaplin. Free kick given away of Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, see, that's a foul, Brenner.
Yeah.
The other 2 have not been, in my eyes.
The live table at half-time, for what it's worth. Town were actually 17th in the table. They'd got themselves out of the bottom 3. How we could do with a Newcastle goal at Selhurst Park right now. Hudson-Odoi tries to play the ball in field, comes off Twanzebe. Hudson-Odoi gets lucky, goes back to him. Williams to Gibbs-White. Back to the left-hand side, Hudson-Odoi. Little back heel. Forrest working it well down this left. Williams again to Hudson-Odoi. Hutchinson's back defending, needs to do that. Hudson-Odoi crosses towards the far post, headed out behind by Davis. Needed to do that because Aina was in behind him. First corner of the half's gone the way of the team that lead Forest.
Yeah, it's amazing what a goal does, doesn't it? They're all doing little flicks in that now and look comfortable on the ball. We need to get on with it out of town. We need to get ourselves back into the game, whether it's a tackle, getting something going. We need a little boost because we look a little bit flat just now.
They do a touch on watches Kieran McKenna. It's calm and studious as ever. It's 1-0 to Nottingham Forest, and they've got themselves a corner kick as well. Numerous red shirts inside the Ipswich Town penalty area. Off to our left, the one in which the penalty was scored by Chris Wood, the difference between the two sides at the moment. It's Anderson to deliver this corner kick for Forest towards Jota. Jota puts it back into a dangerous area. What a save from Muric! Phenomenal, brilliant save from the goalkeeper to keep it at 1-0.
That was a fantastic save from the goalkeeper.
What a save.
It really was. Top of the bar. They're not looking at it now.
Yeah, no wonder the TV cameras have zoomed in. I think it was from the forehead of Murillo, but wow. I don't know whether the Forest players are complaining or suggesting it went over the line, but there is a big conversation going on. It was Murillo, and then away. Did he get that twice? It was some stop from Muric. He's actually had a very good game for Ipswich Town this afternoon. It's another break in play. There's a decision being made. Could be another penalty.
No.
Wood went down in the area. VAR is looking at something.
They're on about kicking on the challenge of Shea when he's kicked it away.
Well, seem to be looking at both. Wood certainly went down afterwards. Nothing's doing though. Yeah. Still 1-0 to Nottingham Forest. Decision no, but the graphic is packed up on the screen, so we don't know whether decision no goal or no penalty. Just decision no, and plays back underway.
Well, he's kept his team in the game just now, hasn't he, Muric?
Yeah, O'Shea under pressure from Wood. There's giving away a corner kick. Good pressure that from Wood, who didn't do anything in the first half really. Not that we were going to say that and risk him scoring in the second as he has from a penalty kick.
It was a good penalty as well, wasn't it? Straight down the middle.
Yeah, belted it as hard as he could. Terrific return for him. 9 goals already before December. Corner kick to Nottingham Forest. Anderson on it again. Measured towards the near post. Jota heads it up. Can he keep it in play? Yes, he can. He heads it into the middle. Again, Muric in the right place. Well held.
Yeah, good hands again from Muric.
Well, he has done well overall. Muric out towards Morsey. 35 minutes to go in this game. Ipswich are down. He used to lovely turn in field from him. Got away from Gibbs-White. Then disguise with a pass through the lines to Morsey. Looked one way, played it the other. But doesn't come to anything. Forrest get it back. Anderson, who's having a good game. Now Hudson-Odoi going through the gears on the left-hand side. Gives it to Anderson, the number 8. Very, very close to him. Anderson comes back in field, gives it to Gibbs-White, back to Anderson again on this near side. Hutchinson robs him of the ball, then Chaplin goes in. Chaplin rides the challenge. Good work from Ipswich Town, winning it in midfield. Hutchinson's galloping down the right-hand side. He's got the ball outside the Forest box. Down the right first time, attempted cross blocked by Murillo. Had a play for a throw to Ipswich in an attacking area.
Yeah, Hutchinson hoping for a handball there.
He's asking the assistant still, Amari Hutchinson, for a handball against Murillo. Could have been a free kick rather than a penalty, but he hasn't been penalised for it. Instead, Kayuste has the yellow ball up his jumper, just drying it off before taking this throw-in. Jens Kayuste with a throw for Ipswich Town into the Forest box at Luke's in front of the Town fans. Headed down, Hutchinson lets it run. It doesn't sit nicely for Davis. In goes Twanzebe and launches the ball out far side.
Yeah, I think Town's just got to try and play themselves back into the game again, settle down, get our passing game going again, get some link up, get the ball to Amari, see what we can get. Some corners, free kicks round and about the area, put some pressure on that back line of Forest like we did the first half. And I mean, we will get a chance, Brenner. We will get a chance. It's whether we take that chance when it comes about.
Oh yeah, Town can still go on and get points from this game. But at the moment, Forest have the only goal through that Chris Wood penalty kick early in the second half after a foul by Smodics on Jota. Aina upended far side. The ball rolls back to Nikola Milenkovic. He played an incredible 68 games for club and country last season at Milenkovic. Featuring regularly for Forest this. Long ball forward, Twanzebe up in the air, heads it. In stretches Morsey. The loose ball goes to Hudson-Odoi. Back to Murillo, now with Anderson. There is Gibbs-White. Feathers a little ball infield towards Williams. Goes down under a challenge of O'Shea. Ball's up for a corner kick to Forest. Not seen much of Town in an attacking sense so far in this second period.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. We've seen more Nico Williams going forward this half rather than the first half where Murray was pushing them back all the time.
Yeah, I wonder when Kieran McKenna will be considering maybe changes. 2 minutes shy of the hour mark. Forest have a corner kick. Anderson to take it. Right-footed beyond Muric. No, Muric got a hand on it and then headed over the bar from just underneath it by Cameron Burgess. Fabulous defending. Did ever so well there, the Australian.
Yeah, fantastic from the Burgess. Really stretching for it, and he had to. Yeah, great defending.
It's so easily been an own goal. Tremendous work from the number 15. Get his eyes on it all the way. Enough head on ball and cleared it out behind. It's another corner kick to Nottingham Forest. The better team at the moment. In from Anderson. Flick on header from Jota. High under the bar. Muric grasps it. Out comes Kieran McKenna, having taken his coat off. It is fairly mild this afternoon in the East Midlands. Watching on inside his sizable technical area down below us. So Ipswich Town Crystal Palace live on BBC Radio Suffolk on Tuesday night at Portman Road. Gibbs-White holds off Morsey, gives it to Williams up to the edge of the area to the left-hand side. Hudson-Odoi, flag stays down. Hudson-Odoi with a pullback. Gibbs-White can score from here, but lost his footing just at the moment of impact under pressure from Kiyuste, and it goes through to the goalkeeper. Actually ahead of this game, a third of their goals, 5 out of their 15 in the Premier League, had been scored from outside the penalty area. The highest percentage in the division for Nottingham Forest. This afternoon's though was a nice straightforward 12 yards out, straight down the middle from Chris Wood. If you're just joining us, that's the only goal of this game. Pretty much the hour mark on this. Afterwards, your thoughts welcome. Have a chat to Graham and Alex. 0800 141 2121, the phone number. Text 81333. Start those SFK. WhatsApps to 08000 321 333. Again, start those with SFK. You can email me at any point ahead of the Blue Hour between 6 and 7 on Monday night on BBC Radio Suffolk. That's at Brenner at bbc.co.uk. BRENNER at bbc.co.uk. David Sheepshanks on the programme with me on Monday. Newcastle have scored at Selhurst Park, so that's a very good goal as far as Ipswich Town are concerned. Crystal Palace behind. A team that certainly looks likely to be in the relegation picture for the long haul. Morsey to Chaplin. Back it goes to Twanzebe. Inside his own half, O'Shea. Now it's with Aaron Muric. We'll also get reaction from this game before we're off air at 6 o'clock. We'll hear from Kieran McKenna in some way, shape or form, and possibly an Ipswich Town player. Chaplin, the one change ahead of kick-off, tries to find Smodics. Aina is there for Forest, heads it back to Milenkovic, and up and under from him under pressure from Smodics. Chaplin caught the head of Anderson. Anderson was diving down towards the ball. Very little Connor Chaplin could do about that situation. It's a free kick though to Nottingham Forest. Town have got Townsend, Jack Clark, Burns, Broadhead, Al-Hamidi, Taylor, all out for a limber up on this near side of the field. A few of them in shorts rather than tracksuit bottoms, maybe suggesting some changes are imminent. Burns just jogging down the tunnel. Murillo plays this free kick forward to Hudson-Odoi, getting away from Chaplin. His attempted left-footed cross comes in, headed out behind by Twanzebe. That's 5 corner kicks to Forest in 17 minutes of this second half, and a goal as well. Town yet to force one. Forest undoubtedly the better team at the minute.
Yeah, unfortunately at this moment in time it looks as if the only team looking like scoring is Forest getting a second one.
Yeah, Town aren't offering much at all, are they?
No, they're not. They've got the better of us, but there's going to be some changes. Jack Clark coming on by the looks of it.
Yeah, it's good. Town need to something needs to change as far as Ipswich are concerned. Anderson with a corner kick for Forest. Poor. Will do us nicely there. Cleared away by Morsey. Shin pad height on the near post. Out to the left-hand side, Hudson-Odoi gives it to Elliot Anderson. Anderson up against Morsey. Ball into the box. Gets it back. Still Anderson. Just overran it. Allowed Morsey to make the clearance. It goes out as far as Nico Williams. Look to the left-hand side. Nobody was available. Pushed it back to Aina instead. Jack Clark listening to words from Mark Hudson just off the Ipswich bench. Good work from Delap closing down Aina, preventing him from getting the ball forward. Eventually it goes back to Seltz, the goalkeeper. Seltz down the line, nicely taken by Hudson-Odoi. Sees a good player. Back it goes to Gibbs-White. Infield towards Nico Williams. Dink ball forward, but to no one. It's out behind. I've got quality in this Forest side. The likes of Williams, Gibbs-White. Anderson's having a good afternoon. Hudson-Odoi.
Yeah, it's all down this left-hand side, isn't it?
Let's see what Town can do down their left-hand side with Jack Clark entering the fray. Probably one would have thought for Sam Smodix, who's had a very quiet afternoon, Alex, hasn't he?
Yeah, we've not really got him involved, got on the ball. He's worked hard. He's worked very hard for the team. But he's just not had any opportunities to get on the ball. It's always been falling to Chaplin or Amari. But he's done all right.
Off he goes.
Not had a bad game.
On comes Jack Clark for Ipswich Town. He's going to get a good 26 minutes plus added on time as well. Twanzebe spots Kayuste, plays a ball through the gap to him. Kayuste wants to take on Yates and get the better of him. He's done very well, Kayuste. Really strong run. Excellent play from the Swede. Now to the left-hand side, Davis. Infield to Clark, just on the field, the number 47. Charged down by Murillo. Now Forest on the counter-attack. Town were in a promising position, but this looks good for the home side. Gibbs-White's run the ball a long way, edge of the area, into the box towards Wood. Wood still has... Oh, he's clipped by Kayuste. What's that? It's another penalty kick, is it? No, he's given this as just a goal kick to Ipswich Town, and surely he's got to give Wood a yellow card.
I'm just going to say that, Brennan. It's got to be a booking. It's got to be a booking. If he's not give the foul...
It's got to be a booking, hasn't it?
Oh, it's a penalty.
It's a penalty.
It's more of a penalty than the first one. That still might be given, you know. That still might be given. That's a clear penalty.
It's a clear penalty, isn't it?
Yeah.
What is the referee thinking here? Well, I don't understand that at all. I did think it was a penalty when it happened, as you might have tell by my reaction, but then I thought, well, Wood's got to get a yellow card for diving.
Oh, it's not been given. That's ridiculous. That was more of a penalty than the first one.
I agree. That was very strange. Wow.
We'll take it, though.
Well, the VAR wasn't working for a while at Portman Road on Sunday. There's nothing to suggest it's not working here this afternoon, but wow. If Ipswich Town get themselves back into this game, it's going to be interesting to hear Nuno's thoughts on that one. The camera's now looking at Kayuste, the villain of the piece. But I'm starting to query our judgment, Alex.
Yeah.
I thought it looked a blatant penalty. Wood got away from it. It was a poor challenge from Kayuste, because Wood was he's obviously going to be a threat, but he's going away from goal. He didn't have to make the challenge.
Well, I think everybody up in the press box is the same thoughts as us, Brenner. Yeah. We're all looking in dismay. Because for me, that was a penalty, but right, what do you mean?
Well, it's a good sign for Town, maybe. It's going to be their afternoon in terms of getting something from this game. They've got 24 minutes to score at least one. Well, that's a decision. They had enough gone against them this season, Ipswich Town, haven't they, of course? The Leicester game, and then Mark Ashton's comments afterwards, and the words with Howard Webb. And there is always one of many, many cliches in football about how these things kind of even themselves up. Well, that looked like a really good bad call for Town, if you understand. Flags up far side, free kick to Ipswich. Let's go back to Graham.
Wolves 3-1 down, Palace 1-0 down, and Leicester now 4-1 down at Brentford.
Wow. Ipswich Town can gain a point on all those sides, and equal with what Southampton did last night at Brighton. A pretty good weekend all round, of course, and don't rule it out if Town can go on and win this game. Wow, super stuff. Burgess clears to Kayuste, who touches the ball out far side for a throw-in. Again, the cameras on the Swedish midfielder. Got a quarter of this game still to go live on BBC Radio Suffolk. Aina with this throw-in for Forest, the back header from Gibbs-White. Ipswich get it away, but then there's Murillo. Town have offered so little in this second half, really, in terms of an attacking threat, but they are still just one goal behind.
Yeah, you look a yard off the pace we were in the first half, don't we?
Don't look that clever at all, Ipswich Town at the moment, it has to be said. Don't know why. Gibbs-White on the far side. Now Jota. Great run from Jota. Gets to the byline, goes down. Well defended by Leif Davis. Goal kick. And is the correct decision.
Yeah. Might look like Grealish, but he's not a patch in Grealish.
No, he's not the player, is he? Very quiet, isn't it, in here as well?
Yeah, definitely.
So lifeless. Chaplin, infield to Kayuste. Kayuste crossing halfway. To his left-hand side, Clark and Delap. Just behind him, Chaplin. Chaplin now does find Jack Clark. Liam Delap inside the Forest area. Gets towards the byline. Good play from Delap. Little pullback. Forest read it. Infield from Davis. The shot from Jack Clark. That was a chance. It's gone straight, though, at Seltz. That was a real opportunity. A rarity in the second half for Ipswich.
Yeah, but that'll give us some confidence. Delap done well getting back across. I think Jack Clark should have done a lot. No, it's just behind him. It's just behind him. Give him benefit of the doubt. Just behind him. Never really got a hold of it with his left.
Just a warning for Forest. Gibbs-White lifts the ball in midfield towards Yates. Yates gets the better of Clark. Yates has been penalised for the challenge on Clark, which I must admit I didn't see a great deal in. Free kick. Kayuste takes it for Town. Chaplin up towards Clark. Clark bundled from behind by Yates. The referee says play on. Interesting. Murillo towards Williams. Forest know this game isn't won. Williams, great ball round the back of Twanzebe. Hudson-Odoi gets onto it. That was excellent from the Welshman. Hudson-Odoi infield looking for Gibbs-White. Hutchinson, who's been so quiet in the second half, got in the way of that. Forest are going to make some changes by the looks of things. The number 16 is about to come on. Dominguez, an Argentinian midfielder, flags up down below us against Ipswich Town, I think. Delap a little bit disgruntled. So Town at home to Crystal Palace on Tuesday, at home to Bournemouth next Sunday, both live on BBC Radio Suffolk Sport. On Monday night, the Blue Hour between 6 and 7. As I say, former Ipswich Town chairman David Sheepshanks joining me for his My Town Top 10 in the first half of that programme. And then in between Palace and Bournemouth, the matchday preview with Graham on Friday night between 6 and 7. John Moore part of that as ever. Gibbs-White coming forward with the ball. Hutchinson did enough. Morsey, he's been quiet in the second half as well. To Chaplin. Kayuste in the centre. Kayuste drifting forward with the ball. Things open up a little bit. He's still got it. Kayuste trying to feed it through to Delap. Unlucky. It was a great run. Eventually Forest closed him down. Now Murillo gets to come forward for the first time in this game. To Anderson. It's opening up a little bit more end-to-end. Here is Hudson-Odoi, one-on-one with Twanzebe. Hudson-Odoi comes in. Twanzebe defended that well. Morsey then gets in the way. Good work from the captain. Morsey to Kayuste. He miscontrols on the stretch. Anderson can't get on that ball. To Town thrown inside their half.
Yeah, I think Kajuste's legs have gone, to be fair to him. I think it might need a little change. You might see Luongo coming on, I think.
Jack Taylor is out there as well. Here comes a change for Nottingham Forest. Elliot Anderson goes off just back after an injury. He's going to be replaced by Nicholas Dominguez, who started the game last week, his second season from Bologna. He's going to come in and add some freshness to that Forest midfield. Just waiting to see if Town are considering a second change anytime soon. O'Shea passes the ball to the left-hand side and finds Burgess. Burgess to Morsey. Town are going to make changes. Both Martin Pert and Kieran McKenna backing one of the subs across. It is both actually Taylor and Burns by the looks of things. Much needed. Town needs some energy, some legs out there, don't they?
Yeah, they need a spark. They need a spark from somewhere.
Yeah. It's been poor, it's been disappointing, it's been flat from Town in this second half.
Yeah, after a very good first half as well. We were just saying it could go either way, didn't we? I mean, they've got the break in front of goal, the penalty and stuff, and maybe got away with a second penalty, but we've not looked a threat in the second half, whereas we were more of a threat in the first half.
Cleared away by Seltz, nodded forward by Davis. Out it goes. The throw in. Taylor coming on for Town, so to Burns. And it's a throw to Aina when play eventually resumes. He's done well, Taylor, coming on from the bench this season, Alex, when he's been available, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's a good player. He is a good player. He's been unfortunate, but he's got a chance now. He's got a good 20 minutes.
Forrest on the right hand side with Jota. Hudson-Odoi wants it in the middle. He's looked for Hudson-Odoi, but Twanzebi's not good from Town, given away. Wood keeps it in with a back heel, but again, that wasn't particularly good from him. Davis clears the ball. That was a messy bit of play from both sides. Kayuste, in goes Aina before Davis could get on the ball, and that might allow Ipswich Town to make the change.
Take Chaplin off and put Amari in number 10 role.
I wondered about that. It's going to be one of those two anyway for Burns, possibly Kayuste for Taylor. That would make sense.
I would have thought so. He's done a lot of good runs in that. His confidence just lapsed a little bit after that penalty decision.
Headed in the centre by Dominguez. Onto it is Jack Clark. Break and play again. Nowhere near the spectacle this game in the second half here, sadly. Those numbers again to get in touch. Call as ever, 0800 141 2121. To chat to Graham and Alex, text 81333. Start those messages, SFK, or WhatsApp, 08000 321 333. Kayuste goes off to be replaced by Taylor. Makes sense. And then Burns is going to be the third sub. He's going to come on to replace Chaplin. So Hutchinson will go into the right, into the centre, and Burns, of course, will operate down the right in front of Twanzebe.
Yeah, that makes sense. Give them something to think about in that little 10 role. I think it'd be silly if you were taking him off, because he is one of the players that can turn the game for you.
Yeah. Forrest with Murillo, play the ball in behind to Jota inside the Ipswich area, but then he tripped at the worst possible moment for him and allowed Davis to get in there. Then he's brought down by Jota. Town now have a free kick behind left back, so it's going to be interesting. The two Welsh international teammates, both wearing number 7 and in direct competition near side. Williams versus Burns. They greeted each other warmly in the tunnel, ran about 5-3. It's going to be interesting to see how Williams deals with the pace and the freshness of Wes Burns. 15 minutes to go. Burns, another one of those players that's trying to complete the set in terms of an Ipswich Town goal scorer in League One, the Championship and the Premier League. It'd be good if he did that this afternoon. Here is Dara O'Shea, mixing it up, going long for Town. Dealt with easily by Aina. Very little for Delap to work on in the second half. Forrest go down the middle, headed away by Burgess, taken on the chest of Gibbs-White. Hudson-Odoi gives it back to Gibbs-White. He still has it, Gibbs-White. Finding behind him Murillo. His attempted threaded pass through is blocked off by Burns. Dominguez to Murillo. Then it's Williams down this near side. Over the top for Hudson-Odoi to run on to. Good sprint against Twanzebe. Twanzebe gets a touch and is brought down from behind by Hudson-Odoi. Free kick to Ipswich.
Yeah, good play from Twanzebe. Just getting his body in front, giving Hudson-Odoi no option, want to push him in the back.
He stayed down. Oh, is it just cramp?
I think.
Murich is helping him out. As out goes Harry Clark, just in case. Changes for Forest are imminent. They're bringing on Morato, Alanga and Moreno by the looks of things. So they really are trying to freshen things up.
Seems to be a lot of tired legs out there.
Yeah, there are, for whatever reason. Some of them started last week. Moreno's a Spanish defender on loan from Aston Villa. Alanga, international colleague of Jens Kayuste, former Manchester United winger Anthony Alanga. Here come the changes for Forest. Williams, we didn't see much of the Williams versus Burns battle. He'll go off and be replaced by Moreno. That's probably just because of Wes Burns coming on. You know, obviously he was a little bit worried about the tiring legs of Williams. another change here for Forest as well. They are taking off Jota. He's going to be replaced by Alanga. That's like for like down that right-hand side of their attacking three. And Morato, a Brazilian defender who came in from Benfica at the start of the season, is coming on for Gibbs-White, which is an interesting alteration. Off goes Gibbs-White. Let's go back to Graham. 1-0 Forest.
Wolves have got one back against Bournemouth, but still trail 3-2.
And I think maybe Town are going to make another change.
I'm quite happy about it.
Twanzebe can't carry on. That's a real shame. Twanzebe, he's limping quite badly. He's not had much luck this season at all. Harry Clark, actually Nathan Broadhead's about to play for Ipswich Town for the first time in the Premier League. Belated, he's been fit a while. He's played for Wales so far this season, but Broadhead's about to come on.
Well, he's got the ability. You know what I mean? He could be the one that could turn it for us.
It'll be interesting to see who's coming on for, actually. Cleared forward by Muric. 12 minutes to go in this game. Hudson-Odoi blocked off by Burns. Well done, Burns. Tries to get it forward. Comes off a Forest man for a throw-in.
We have seen him up front before, Broadhead. Do you know what I mean? For the
he's played there in the past. Not so much for Town, but he certainly played there for Everton and Burton early on in his career.
He might go up there for Murray. Take the Murray off. It surprises me, that one.
So look, Amari Hutchinson's come off, and Twanzebe on come Broadhead for his first Premier League appearance for Ipswich Town, and Harry Clark obviously goes to right back. Hutchinson was off before the board had even gone up. Kieran McKenna just shook hands briefly with Ali Al-Hamadi. Confirmation that Twanzebe's off, so that's a concern going forward, albeit Town do have Harry Clark available to step in on Tuesday night if needs be, and of course we're not too sure in terms of Ben Johnson's chances of coming back soon. Confusion at the moment about something or other. Kieran McKenna just wants the game to get back underway, so too Harry Clark for obvious reasons. Now finally they can. Clark with this throw. Needlessly long break and play at the moment. 11 minutes still to play live on BBC Radio Suffolk. Clark throws the ball into Burgess. Burgess just hacks it anywhere. Back it comes to him. This time he just stomps it to his right hand side, and Dara O'Shea. Kieran McKenna to come before off air at 6 o'clock. His side at the moment heading towards defeat at Nottingham Forest. O'Shea up towards Burns. Nice control from Burns. Here is Broadhead just on the field, linking up with his Welsh colleague. Good looking ball in from Broadhead, cleared away by Milenkovic, who's done well. Just putting it into an area, Broadhead. That was unlucky. Nice play.
Yeah, it was a good ball in from Broadhead. Just couldn't get him to cross in front of the defender, but a good ball in. Good play from Burns and Broadhead.
Throw on this near side to Nottingham Forest, round about left back. And it's going to be taken by one of the recent introductions, Alex Moreno. Been a poor second half to watch this, Alex, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's not been great for both teams, really.
Yeah, neither's looked particularly clever. Forest haven't had to look like a team that's going to go up into the top four with a win, really, in the second half, which is a shame.
I've not been impressed with them, to be fair, seen them live.
No, they've not been that great, have they?
No, I'm talking about Murillo.
No.
Done nothing, really.
He hasn't, really. That was, well, most unlike his reputation, that last clear. It's very ugly, straight out of play. But no, I've not been blown away by Forest either. They've got some good players, but Town have got something from better teams. Out on this near side, off the right boot of O'Shea.
We've not got the midfield on the ball, you know what I mean? We've not really got Morsey on the ball at all, or Kayust, or Taylor. I don't think Taylor's touched the ball since he came on. It's all gone route one, which is fair enough, but not when there's nobody up there.
Here comes a throw-in that Forest will take through Moreno on this near side of the field. It's up and out. Of course, the big game of the weekend is tomorrow, 4 o'clock, Liverpool versus Manchester City. And incidentally back down into 18th place in the live table, level on points with Wolves, but 2 goals worse off. Crystal Palace and Southampton, the 2 teams below them, building up Tuesday night even more.
Yeah, I think it's a massive game for Man City, isn't it, more than Liverpool?
Oh, absolutely. Well, Liverpool win tomorrow, they're 11 points clear, and that's phenomenal, isn't it?
Yeah.
A few games tomorrow, actually. Burns has done well. He's somehow held on to the ball. Eventually goes down. Murillo infield to Yates. Back to Milenkovic. Milenkovic goes down the field. Chasing after it is Alanga. Burgess just drives it round the corner away from him. Davis on a gallop up to halfway. Infield to Delap. Delap with a bit of disguise spins Murillo. Delap still has the ball. Murillo gets a challenge in. Alanga keeps it in on the far side of the field. Then it goes out of play off of him. Under pressure from Jack Clark. Here is another Jack. Taylor has possession of the ball for Ipswich Town. Taylor with a switch. High out to this near side, the right. Brought down by Burns on his right instep. Infield to Morsey. Back into the centre circle. And O'Shea. Nuno Espirito Santo watches. Hands on hips directly in front of us. Broadhead on the ball for Ipswich Town. Plays it square to Delap. He's looked the part since he came on Broadhead. Delap, he's looked the part since the start of the season. Out to the left-hand side, Jack Clark on his right side. Pulls it back. Clark, Taylor then hits it for Ipswich Town. It's come off a Forest player. Taylor's won Ipswich Town the first corner of the second half.
Yeah, it's a bit ambitious from Taylor there. It's going to be something special to beat the goalkeeper. But we've got a corner. And this is where we were a threat in the first half.
Yeah.
But obviously Taylor's taking it, not Davis, so...
Can Ipswich Town hit back with 6.5 minutes of this game to go? It's Jack Taylor on Town's first corner kick of the second half. In it swings over the top of Burgess, the nearest blue shirt to it. Forrester got the ball away. At as far as Taylor on the far side. Memorable season for him all round already, really. Premier League debut, Republic of Ireland debut as well. All being well, he'll be back in their squad in March, the next break. Taylor in the centre. Gives it to fellow sub Jack Clark on the left-hand side, making run as Davis. Clark back in field to Delap, dropping off the front line, blocked off. Forrester got plenty of players back. Town still have the ball inside their area with Leif Davis, nudges his man off the ball. Strong play, back edge of the area to Taylor. Thought about hitting it first time, he hasn't, he's held on to it. Back to Morsey, good pressure this from Ipswich Town, looking for an equaliser late on in this game. As the clock ticks out to the right-hand side, Burns, one-on-one with Aina, the fullback. Burns taking him on. Aina has a little nibble, loses his footing. Burns still has it, gets a cross in of sorts. One back by Harry Clark. Broadhead. This is better from Town. Approaching the final 5 minutes. Broadhead in field to Morsey, just behind him. All the action in the Forest half off to the right. Morsey has it bang in the centre of that half. Urged on by their 3,000 away fans. Ipswich looking to get back on terms. O'Shea to Burns. Burns' cross is half decent, volleyed away by Murillo. Headed by Morsey back to O'Shea. Forest fans getting a bit agitated, so too their manager, calling back his sub to the bench. Town having all the possession. What can they do with it? Here is Harry Clark, giving it to Morsey. Morsey up to the edge there. Burgess has stayed up there as an extra striker. Almost like the final knockings of a cup tie. Jack Taylor to the edge of the area. Taylor still has it, gives it to Jack Clark, skips away from Alanga. Alanga has a little nibble. Clark still got the ball. Well done, Clark. Comes in field. Might fancy a shot. Not quite. Back to goal. Goes to Morsey. Lots of possession from Ipswich Town the last couple of minutes. Forest can't get the ball. Is there an end product though? Taylor puts it into the Forest box towards Burgess, still up there. His little header goes down towards Seltz.
Yeah, Taylor's ball, and there's not a lot Burgess could do with it. It's just hanging in the air. There's not anything he could do. But a good bit sustained pressure there from Towns, which is better.
Seltz has held on to the ball as long as he possibly can. Yates having a word with Delap about something or other. Got a strike partner briefly there. A most unlikely strike partner. Cameron Burgess did stay up front with Delap for a little while. And Nuno is about to make another change. Ramon Sosa is the player who is about to come on. Paraguayan striker, yet to start in the Premier League. Cost over £9 million in the summer. Clark sees the ball out, 40 through to Ipswich by the corner flag off to our left-hand side.
I bet Yates is the first name in the team sheet every week at Forest.
Yeah, it does a job, doesn't it?
It does a right job for him in there. He motivates his players and everything.
3 minutes to go.
Oh.
Clark's made a mess of that throw-in. Good one to Forest. See who they're going to take off for Sosa to come on. I must admit, I wasn't expecting it to be a striker who's coming off the bench for Nuno Espirito Santo. Town fans still in fairly good voice off to our right, but the Forest supporters are now reacting. Forest lead 1-0. Penalty early on in the second half after a foul by Smodics on Jota. Flags up against Forest, so they can make against Ipswich. Sorry, against Forest. So Ipswich got the free kick. Here comes this change for Nottingham Forest. It's Callum Hudson-Odoi is the player coming off, and Ramon Sosa is the player coming on. 2.5 minutes to go. Forest on the verge of adding themselves to that list that includes the likes of Liverpool, Manchester City, West Ham, Brentford, that have taken points, Everton, that have beaten Ipswich Town this season. It's looking more and more unlikely we're going to see back-to-back away wins for Ipswich Town, but can they get a draw at least?
It's going to take something special, Brenner.
It is. Morsey up against Yates. Good battle that between the two captains. O'Shea out to the right to Burns. Burns back towards Harry Clark. Then Morsey. Morsey's attempted crossfield ball blocked off by Yates. Good work again from the player that Alex just highlighted a few moments ago. There's Morsey again. Closed down on this occasion by Sosa. Jack Clark controls the ball in his chest, far side. Puts it in behind Aina to Davis. Davis still has it. Aina takes the ball off him. Good defending from him. Then just bypasses Clark with the ball to Yates. Yates up towards Elanga. Burgess did his best to bring down Elanga. Didn't get a hold of him. Play continues. Ipswich have the ball in controversial circumstances. Infield it goes to Morsey. Morsey outside the area. Moves it to his right-hand side. Gives it to Burns. Town outside the Forest penalty area. Harry Clark up to Broadhead. Little layoff from him to Burns. Back it goes to Clark. Harry Clark first time ball in. Headed away by Murillo. Brought down there for Forest. And now it's Dominguez. Playing it across field towards Sosa. But Burgess will get there first. Tap for a Forest throw-in. Just a few seconds away. 10 seconds or so to be told about the added on time at the end of this game. As ever, your thoughts welcome on Monday's Blue Hour between 6 and 7. Brenner at bbc.co.uk is the email address. Usual contact numbers 0800 141 2121 during the programme. Harvey wishing to take your calls. He's in the away end here at the City Ground, and he's going to get another 7 minutes of action for his money. 7 minutes of added on time here to go. Better news for Town than Nottingham Forest, that, given the 1-0 scoreline in the home side's favour. Chris Wood again, the prospective match winner. Murich just pushing Wood away from the ball. The 7 minutes will only properly get underway when Murich plays this free kick, which he has done to Morsey. Well, we all certainly still believe that this Ipswich Town team can go and get something. Wouldn't be the biggest surprise in the world, given their character and spirit. But on this occasion, Harry Clark's ball curls away from Wes Burns.
Keep believing, haven't they? You've got to keep believing they can get something.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you give up on this Ipswich Town side at your peril. Anybody is to say that, when will they ever learn? Throw in that Moreno takes, headed on by Wood. One commandingly by O'Shea. Broadhead tries to get the better of Sosa. Actually, a bit of shirt tugging is the signal from the assistant. Albeit it's still just a throw to Nottingham Forest. So that goal from Chris Wood after 49 minutes. Still the difference between these two sides. Wood wins a header. O'Shea is there. Goes back to Murich. Town yet to have a penalty, of course, this season. Only the 3 last year. Here is Taylor. Could have easily conceded 2 in this game, that has to be said. Infield from Delap, won though by Aina. He spins on the ball, maybe trying to be a bit too clever. Foul given against Ipswich on halfway. Referee in a good spot to signal as much.
He's a good fullback, Aina.
He has done well, hasn't he?
Yeah.
I think he was a centre-half, really, when he first got into the game and made his breakthrough. But he certainly looks the part at right back. Strong lad. What have we played? 2 minutes of the added on 7. As we get another burst of Mull of Kintyre from the home crowd. Murillo, ball forward into the Ipswich area it comes, but Murich deals with it. Out to Harry Clark. Clark plays it forward. Bad pass again from him though.
He's lacking in confidence a little bit, Harry Clark. His distribution in the last 2 or 3 occasions.
It's not been good, has it?
No. I like him as well.
Here comes Seltz. Wasting a bit of time for Nottingham Forest before putting his right foot through the ball. Wood battling with O'Shea. O'Shea getting the better of the goal scorer. Dominguez forward for Forest. This time it's Burgess behind it. Little chest down from Broadhead. He's done well since he came on, so some nice touches, Broadhead. He digs out a ball back to Clark, hasn't he?
He has, yeah.
Murich to Broadhead. Sorry, to Burgess. Burgess to Davis. Broadhead clearly with a point to prove as well. Belatedly making his first appearance for Ipswich at this level. Paul McKenna did speak very positively about the Welsh international in his pre-match press conference. Morsey gives the ball to O'Shea on the halfway line. O'Shea picks out Taylor. Nearly 4 minutes into the added-on 7. Burgess up towards Jack Clark. Clark up to the edge of the box, still has it, tries to get into the area, goes down, nothing doing. The ball back with Seltz, nothing doing, and no one appealing for it either. Seltz has the ball for Nottingham Forest. Looked a threat there when he started to run with the ball. Clark, I could see things maybe opening up for him or him creating something, but sadly it didn't happen.
I do like Clark, but I don't know if he's just a little bit lightweight for this so far. He's at this level, do you know what I mean? He's a good championship player, but he's still to prove himself at this level.
Forward from back to front, looking for Wood, brought down by him, but Harry Clark went back. He's charged down, he's given the ball away. Sosa inside the Ipswich Town area. Forest trying to finish things off with a second goal. Yates sets himself in the D, gets inside the area. Good work from Jack Taylor. Blocked him off, but Forest have another corner kick, albeit their first for about half an hour. They had a real spade to them at the start of this second half. That's their 6th overall since the break.
Yeah, good play from Taylor though.
Yeah, he did well. After a disappointing moment from Harry Clark, it has to be said. Struggled to get up with the pace of the game since he came on. Alanga rolls the corner kick short to Yates. Yates gives it back to Alanga, far side. Then Aina. Forest trying to waste some time. Final 90 seconds of this game. Yates on the right-hand side. No way he's going to cross into the area, even though he's in that kind of part of the field. Ball's out of play for a Town through. Well, I think we can safely say now that Town's long wait for a win here goes on. 1 win in 19 visits it will be after this one.
1-0 again as well.
December 99, yeah, the last time they won here. 96 minutes have been played in this game. Hopefully I'm tempting fate by saying that Town have never really looked like scoring in this second half.
Yes.
Let's hope that now comes back to embarrass me. I'd love that. On halfway, Taylor has the ball for Ipswich, gives it to Leif Davis. Davis puts it in behind for Clark. Clark will get on it. That's Jack Clark. It will slide Aina. He has had a good game. Town have won a corner kick. What's Murich going to do? He's looking towards Kieran McKenna. He's going to go up. Why not? Get him up there.
That looks a sore one on Jack Clark. He's been right into the boards.
Yeah, he has. He stayed down injured.
It looks sore. It looks as if his leg went up and he's caught his leg. Hope he's all right.
The challenge with Aina, he's in a lot of pain. And actually one of his teammates, Jack Taylor's not given much sympathy. I thought he was running across out of worry for him. He actually ran across just to pick him up.
Come on, get on with the game.
Well, what drama this would be. We played the 7 minutes added on at the end of this game. Town have never looked like scoring in this second half, it has to be said. I've got a corner kick right at the end of this match, and Aaron Muric, the goalkeeper, has gone up for it. In comes the set piece over the top of Muric, headed away by Murillo. Play continues. Davis knocks it forward onto the chest of Harry Clark. Muric is still up there in open play. Town have no goalkeeper. In comes across to the far stick. Muric went towards it. Seltz got on the ball and patted it down. Back race a couple of Town players. Aaron Muric isn't amongst them. Yeah, Seltz has held on to the ball, wasting a bit of time, and there is the full-time whistle. Ipswich Town have lost again here. A miserable place, the City Ground, for Ipswich Town. That run extends beyond a quarter of a century since their last one here, and it was one of their former players, former Town loan player Chris Wood, whose penalty decided this one. The only goal of the game on the banks of the Trent has left Nottingham Forest with a 1-0 victory.
Yeah, disappointing second half. First half I thought we probably shaded it. Second half, definitely it was Forest that shaded it. The goals change games. I know it's an old cliche, but it does. Bad time to lose a goal. Maybe up until the penalty, we were sloppy round about that, try to clear our lines, and then obviously the referees gave the penalty. I thought it was quite soft, but we got away with another one. But not at Forest were a better team second half and probably deserved to win the game on the end of on chances alone.
What do you put the second half performance down to from Ipswich Town's perspective? Because they didn't have very much about them at all. I thought they were disappointing, weren't they?
Yeah, to be fair, I thought Forest defended very well. I thought Nico Williams had the making of Omari. You know what I mean? I think Omari never really got going at all second half. Nico was always on top. He was pushing Omari back more than Omari pushing him back. But that's nothing to say. Omari's been outstanding this season. I'm not having a go at Omari. It's just the way the game went. Nico probably the better. Also down the left-hand side, it was all coming against Hudson-Odoi. Was outstanding for them as well. Yates in the centre was my man of the match for Forest. But there were no great shakes, and if we had got a goal, we would have won the game, Brenner.
Yeah, I wasn't taking with them either.
Yeah,
really.
Whoever scored that first goal was going to win this game, because we said at half-time off air that it could go either way, and whoever got the first goal would win the game, and that's what's happened. It's very fine margins in the Premiership, and unfortunately for us, we never done enough to win the game.
What do you make of the goalkeeper today? He's had his moments. He's had stick from some quarters, but as good as anyone for Ipswich Town, Aaron Muric? Yeah, I thought he did an outstanding game today. I'm not his biggest fan, Brennan. I mean, I'm no two ways about it, but credit where credit's due. He's done it exceptionally well. A couple of big saves at big moments. Coming for the cross, commanding his box, his starting position. I thought he'd done exceptionally well today. Kept his team in the game, but going forward, we were just poor today. I know you'll be watching from afar on Tuesday night, but just how big are these next two at home against Crystal Palace and Bournemouth?
Oh, they're massive. They're massive. We all say you draw your away games and win your home games. We need to start winning home games. A good opportunity, Palace especially, good opportunity. They're lacking confidence. We're at home with the Town supporters behind us. Hopefully we can get 3 points here, but we need to do a lot better than what we did the second half today.
Absolutely. As the players all head down the tunnel, Kieran and McKenna deep in conversation with Connor Chaplin. We'll hear from Kieran almost certainly before 6 o'clock in some way, shape or form, and I'll follow them down the tunnel in the next few minutes actually to hopefully speak to an Ipswich Town player as well, which we'd like to get on air on BBC Radio Suffolk before we are off air at 6. Whoever we get, sadly, they'll be reflecting on a 1-0 defeat here at Nottingham Forest this afternoon.